Whether you're
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full...
There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out Team Apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. It was less than a year ago, a game that was set that could have been called, well, maybe even a state championship game, but it happened in the regions right here inside the birdcage. The Vermillion girls, the #1 seed in Region 4A, would take on the 4th seed in the same region, the T area, Lady Titans, and what would go down to a double overtime game. The Titans eventually knocking off Vermillion, and Vermillion would fall short. And I said less than a year later, these teams are set and ready to battle once again in a doubleheader of DAC 12 Region 4A hoops just after the first of the new year. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. We are excited and ready to go on this Tuesday evening. Crazy to think about, it was a year ago that this game was actually happening mid-afternoon. If you may remember, we did play some games during the Christmas break for makeup, but then weather just after the new year played a factor. A big snowstorm was coming in. They said, let's try to move this game up. And it was also the coming out party for Taylor Roovers of the Vermillion Tanagers. Vermillion in the regular season would win that game by more than 30 points, and it seemed like Vermillion was destined in which they would go on to win that DAC 12 title outright. But again, that was out without using Katie Vasika in that game. She came back after her back injury. She was limited on her minutes last season, but this season she has not been limited, and this is a team that does have a lot of experience back when it comes to the Lady Titans. Also, one other factor as we get set for this game between the Titans and the Tanagers is the Titans, on the girls' side at least, have already played one game. They were in the Hoop City Classic this past week, so they do have that Christmas rust, if you will, knocked off, and it'll be exciting to see what they're able to do with not having maybe the first game nerves of being back from the Christmas break. Whereas the Vermillion Tanagers, as we know, they have not gotten a game in now 2 weeks. It was since they last played their game here against Tri-Valley. So how good are the Tanagers going to be after coming off the Christmas break? Something going to be interesting to watch for. That same note can be taken in to the boys game as well. Coming up in our doubleheader, the T-Area Titans on the boys' side coming in 3-3 overall. They have played 2 games during the Christmas break, one on Thursday and one on Friday, and it was 2 teams that are considered AA, one here in the state of South Dakota and one in the state of Minnesota. It was the Titans losing both those games, so the question is, how ready are the Titans coming in to a Vermillion team at 4-1, which, well, if you will, still has yet to find their identity as a team. Things have looked good so far this season, but is that truly this team? We're about to find out a lot coming up tonight in this Region 4A DAC 12 matchup. We have a lot to get to here on our pregame show, including coaches' conversations with Adam Shoresman of the T-Area Lady Titans. Also, catch up with head coach John Brooks. But first, we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we're going to sit down with another MVP native, Cole Larsh, get his take on this Lady Titans team as he was able to see them in the Hoop City Classic and how we get ready for this huge matchup of 2 ranked teams. That's on the way next here on Vermillion Tanagers Live and Live Ticket TV.
Give it off to Cisse, gliding to the basket. Out to 3, Jay Hayes. Good. And Eric Glenn wants to stop the music.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion.
Whether you are pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Along with our producer, Cole Larsh, and color man of the evening, I'm Heath Nimke, getting you set for this top 5 matchup here in girls basketball between the T-Area Lady Titans and the Vermillion Tanagers. According to the media, which was set before the Christmas break, T was number 3. Vermillion was number 5. Now, when it comes to those standings, we have seen a lot of things change, at least when games, including the number 1 team in Class A, did lose. Wagner lost to Ethan before officially Christmas. So that's just what we see right now. I think you could put up for debate. Maybe a few things would change, including maybe T might move up into that number 2 slot. Right now, Sisseton, or excuse me, not Sisseton. Oh, yes, it is Sisseton, right?
Sisseton's number 2, yeah.
Yeah, Sisseton number 2 to probably move up to number 1.
Yeah.
T area would be number 2, if you will, if I had to guess on what the media would vote. Cole, that being said, though, you have had a chance to see this T area Lady Titans team, a team that did play extremely early in the morning in the Hoop City Classic the other day. Got a 33-point victory over Rapid City Christian. 77-44. Get fans ready. What should you expect to see from the Titans in this top 5 matchup?
Well, a lot of people are gonna come into this game and think, oh, Katie Vasika, she's their number 1 offensive threat. And well, you could argue that their entire starting lineup, as far as I'm concerned, and what I saw personally on Saturday, was they can kick out to anybody at any point during the game, and they can score some baskets. So it was a very interesting game to watch. Vasika kind of came out slow. Just a very slow 14 points for her. But Ellie Clayberg finished with 24 on 8 for 9 shooting from deep. So expect her to take a lot of shots in as well. Mara Grant, the inside force. It seemed like every time she got the ball inside, she went up and scored. Also a very tough defensive team. They kind of didn't quite get off the bus right away in the first quarter, as it was 8 in the morning. But when they kind of locked in defensively, showed a bunch of different defensive sets, a lot of different zones, a couple full court presses. They want to try and get their team they're playing to speed up a little bit, get them uncomfortable, and then capitalize on the other end.
Should be a very exciting matchup. Of course, we remember less than a year ago, it was these two teams meet inside the region to see who would make it to the Sodak 16. The T area Titans, I think a lot of people said they shouldn't be the 4 seed. It is what it is, and they would upset Vermillion. And of course, the Tanager girls basketball season came to an abrupt end before even it make it to the Sodak 16. And you'll hear both coaches talk about that game and how it doesn't mean anything when it comes to this season. The T area Lady Titans right now 6-0, ranked number 3 in Class A. Vermillion Tanagers 4-1, ranked number 5 in Class A. Should be a very exciting matchup. When we come back, head coach Adam Shorsman of the T area Lady Titans is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion. Since 1966, Louis Cleaning and Restoration has served the Vermillion and southeast South Dakota area with high-quality work and even higher-quality customer service. At Vermillion's oldest cleaning and restoration company, they pride themselves on providing the best service with friendly, knowledgeable staff. They specialize in cleaning, offering extensive cleaning services with high-powered equipment at an affordable price. Check out their website for a full list of services they offer. And next time you need it clean, call Louis Cleaning and Restoration.
Core Cares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms.
52-27 is your final in the JV game as the T area Lady Titans beat the Vermillion Tanagers, and we are in our pregame show for Vermillion and T area and the girls matchup with this doubleheader tonight in the Region 4A and the DAC 12. It's time to get to our coaches' interviews, and earlier today I caught up with head coach Adam Shorsman, who just took off the sweatshirt and got into his game uniform. This is a great T-Area Lady Titans team coming in, as we mentioned, 6-0, ranked number 3 in Class A according to the media, and even if you did more recent polls, it'd probably be all the way up to number 2. They have been exciting so far this season, and what has made them so exciting, and what about a last season? Do we still think about that Region 4A game? Here is to answer more of those questions, head coach of the T-Area Lady Titans, Adam Shorsman, on our pregame show. Well, Coach Adam, we get ready for the Vermillion Tanager. It's a big matchup. First, let's visit. How exciting was it last year to beat the Vermillion Tanagers in the region, second round of the regions? You go on to play in the SODAC 16, but it was at Vermillion. You knock off one of the top teams in the state. Walk us through those final moments in overtime, pulling away, getting the victory. How great did that feel for your squad a year ago?
You know, looking at the squad we have this year, I think it really helped us grow. There was a lot of girls that are playing this year that actually got, really good minutes, if not started in that game. And I think it was seeing that development that we could beat a great team, because that's what Vermillion was. I mean, they were a great team, and they're a very good team this year. But I think that an atmosphere like that, there was, I remember my 2-year-old daughter was in the crowd, and she had to put her stocking cap back on because the crowd was so loud, because she had to cover her ears. It was a great atmosphere. Double overtime game, probably an instant classic, for South Dakota high school and girls basketball. You don't get that enough. When you have a crowd that was going to Vermillion is always tough. Yeah. You guys have a great backing for the girls program down there, and I thought that we brought a great crowd too, and it was just back and forth. I think we won the first half, and then quite honestly, I think we were down 11 with probably about 5 minutes left. And I honestly I think one of my seniors fouled out, and I think I told her, hey, it was a good year.
Wow.
But
wow.
And to have us come back and go into overtime, and quite honestly, I thought that we never felt like we were going to lose in that first overtime. Didn't feel like we were going to lose in that second overtime, because I feel like we were always just that 1 point, 2 points ahead. And then you guys had to come back. And looking at that, it was just a great game. There's some great players that were playing in that one, and the atmosphere in general, it really makes a lot of memories for both sides. And I know it sucks that somebody had to win that game. That's kind of the end all be all to it, is that it did stink, and you and I have talked at end that both teams probably should have been SODAC 16, if not state tournament teams. Well, I think looking at your guys' season last year, you guys can kind of see that too. When you have some big games that you guys win, or even playing, and then that group just seems to start to gel and believe. And when you have that belief, it's something we have it where, and the contributions from everybody. Like I said, Hayden West is having an unbelievable year this year, and she's really finishing around the rim. She's making smart decisions. Maya Weber, who started periodically last year because of Katie's injury, she's having a pretty decent year, taking care of the ball, getting some steals, and I think the group effort all the way around, offensively and defensively, has really propelled us to what we're doing this year.
I do have to ask, I don't want to make it all about her, but Katie Vasika, as we know, the talent that she has just in basketball in general, her IQ, there's a reason she's going to play at South Dakota State University. How has it been coaching her now as a senior, and how much has she been just a huge contribution to the team so far this season?
It's such a blessing. That kid is not only talented, but sometimes you get it where they're so talented and they think about themselves a lot. But Katie, quite honestly, it's all about the team. She's very humble. She came into our school district as a freshman, and with as much talent as she had, she was never, hey coach, we need to run plays for me. I can't believe we're passing the ball to these other girls or anything like that. Whatever we put in on offense, she believes in it and she goes with it. That's kind of rare to see in such a dominating player. But I think it was Roy Williams, and maybe he got it from Dean Smith, that said, when your Jimmys and your Joes are better than your X's and your O's, you're going to have a pretty good group. So no matter what we draw up or anything like that, a player's still got to execute. And Katie's one that no matter what you do and what you draw up, she's able to execute those things. And it's great to have that as a leader. She's done our youth camps, been the leader in those youth camps, even put on a couple of youth camps herself. She's great with the younger kids. And you just love to see that. And quite honestly, we're just pretty blessed to have that, not only on our team, but in our community.
Wow, that's amazing to hear. And as you mentioned, I think that is so true when you talk about some of these players that are extremely talented, that they get so caught up in this and that and the hype. And as we know, Katie made the commitment to go to South Dakota State very, very early with your group. So sometimes you just get caught up in all that hype, and then you don't see that player contribute to the rest of the team. But I think Katie just does it extremely well. All right, let's focus on the Vermillion Tanagers. It was, as we mentioned, I guess less than a year ago that you come into the birdcage in a hostile environment, as you mentioned, and you upset the number 1 team in Region 4A. And this is going to be no different. Right now, according to the media, the Titans ranked number 3, Vermillion ranked number 5. You've seen Vermillion and a couple key injuries they've had that they kind of expected to have in this year, but you still see a great starting 5 that lost against the number 1 team in Class C2 in the Crofton Warriors. Otherwise, they've looked extremely good so far this season. What have you seen on film that you need to shut down with the Vermillion Tanagers?
Well, Vermillion's always a thorn in our side. I think last year, the regular season, without Katie, I think that was like a 35-point loss for us. Brooke Jensen had a great game, 30-some points in that game. But honestly, it's the disruption factor. Vermillion loves to throw multiple defenses at you, a lot of pressure defense, and they're going to try to speed you up. And if they don't get the steals in the half court or in the full court, that's fine. They're going to try to speed your brain up and try to speed your play up in that half court. So even when you cross half court, they'll drop back into their man-to-man, which isn't as pressurized. They'll drop back into their 1-3-1. And with Coach Brooks, I never know what to expect because there's times on film where I'm practicing, for certain looks that we've seen them play, and then all of a sudden it gets to the T-Titans and he's throwing something different at us. So he's a good coach in that way. We're never going to see probably the same defense first half to second half either. So he's very good at making adjustments and switching some stuff up. And quite honestly, Vermillion being led by Brooke Jensen, who's a great player, going to have a great career, I think, at Augie when she gets there. And then you look at that Ruvers girl, who's only an 8th grader, but honestly, man, she's kind of the straw that stirs the drink for that offense because she can see the court and distribute, and she doesn't necessarily need to score to be really effective. And she can do a lot of little things. And, for a small guard like that, she's a heck of a player already as an 8th grader. And then you got the Cleveland girls, which are always, you game plan for everybody, and then, maybe you kind of forget about them for a minute. And, you look at, I can never remember which one's which, but number 25 is, she can drain some threes. I watched that Crofton film, and I think she made like 3 or 4 threes in a few possessions in a row. So, she can get hot there and stuff too. And then you have the Brooklyn Voss. I think she's a pretty good player too. She's really developed into what Coach Brooks will want in his offense and in his defense. And, they're very good at disrupting what we want to do offensively. So we told our girls we got to be calm and confident. And those are things that we talked about with when you play A schools, you're always going to see a lot of pressure and multiple different kinds. I think Rapid City Christian ran some 2-2-1. We'll probably see some 2-2-1 out of Vermillion. Maybe some 1-2-2 full court stuff. So we're going to see a multitude of different pressures throughout the season, and we just need to be calm, cool, and collected. And honestly, we had a 22-point lead, I think, against Brandon Valley, and then we won by 7 because late in the second half they started to run some pressure, and we weren't turning the ball over in the backcourt. It was once we got into the front court that we were able to speed up our game ourselves, and then we were throwing the ball away. A couple times we even had some 2-on-1 fast breaks, and then ended up, turning the ball over, just trying to do too much. And I think that we've really worked on, hey, just stay calm, stay cool, collected, and then just once we get in the half court, let's just run our offense. So we don't always need that home run play. That baseball reference there. If you come up trying to swing for the fences, you're more than likely going to strike out. So we just want to, bat for average and see what the ball does. So take care of the ball. We don't always have to pass it through everything. And that's really what Vermillion wants you to do. They want to bait you into making mistakes. So hopefully we can clean that up and Vermillion's a great team. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like they're a quality team. They're probably going to be super ready to play us, even though they haven't played in a while.
Yeah.
I think December 19th was their last game. So coming out of break, they're going to be really focused. We beat them last year to knock them out of their state tournament. Really, it was one of 2 losses that they had last year. So I'd be pretty upset if I were them too. They're going to be locked and loaded and ready to go.
Well, Coach, one other thing that I look at this matchup, both teams, I think with your group, you might think a lot of size. You got this size and signing. Certainly, Katie Vasika at 6'1" does help with that size. But otherwise, your group is very similar to the size-wise of the Vermillion Tanagers. But as you mentioned earlier, you do have that team that you can go to your bench a little bit more. They have had some, maybe those games, a few blowouts here and there, that they've gotten a few more minutes than what maybe Vermillion has. Is your focus also to get Vermillion into foul trouble? Maybe not shooting free throws, but at least make Coach Brooks go to his bench more than he has so far this season and see if you kind of get that offense out of rhythm?
I'll tell you what, Heath, I think you're trying to get into my scouting report a little bit and trying to get all my top secrets here. No, I don't see Vermillion as playing a ton of girls from what I've seen on film. They really haven't. And their best players are, probably 1 through 5, 1 through 6. And, anytime you can get girls into foul trouble, that's always great. But honestly, we need to stay out of foul trouble too. So, just keeping the girls on the court and just trying to play the best that you're capable of playing. And sometimes, I think Mike Tyson said it best, that everyone has a game plan until you get hit in the mouth. What are you going to do when those things happen? So whether we're in foul trouble, they're in foul trouble, I just think that, we just need to be locked in on what our game plan is. And you can never dictate what the refs are going to do. So anytime we say, hey, maybe go through these girls while you're going into your layup, we might not get the call, and then you're focusing too much on not getting that call. So we like to just, hey, want-to-know mentality, try to figure out the things that we can control, and you know this better than I do, it's never the officials. So.
Yep. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Never the officials. And I'd agree with you. If I was a coach, I would be that one and say, hey, let's, as you say, finish your shots. Get them a little rattled. Maybe you know how it goes. A little trash talking out there. Let's make it appropriate. And if the officials start calling it, then we adjust, as you say, but at least try to get them a little rattled as well. And we expect that. And that brings me into my last question, Coach. We did see it last year, even in Thunder Alley. You talk about what the Birdcage brings, but the Thunder Alley, I remember last year, still had a great crowd after we had to move the game up because of weather. Then you come and play in the regions. It was a loud crowd then. And this one certainly is a very anticipated game, maybe the game of the night when it comes to Class A basketball. And the people in Vermillion have nothing else to do. College is out. High school goes back tomorrow, back on Thursday. How much do you need to make sure you can control the environment with your crowd and make sure your team does stay in it when it does get hostile again in the Birdcage tonight?
Yeah, we've talked a lot about just being in the moment. Before we ended practice yesterday, I talked about how, hey, you're going to be talking about this stuff for years to come. There's only so many kids that go on to play college, not only just basketball, but college sports. And being from my hometown, we talk about our high school sports all the time, and I'm only in my 30s. I don't have teenager or high school kids that I could tell my stories to yet. But there's a lot of that where you're going to remember these things forever. And we say, just live in that moment. There's going to be good, bad, and ugly, but live in the moment, experience it, because you're never going to get these moments back. So just don't make it too big, but also just enjoy it. When we play Vermillion, we always know there's going to be a great crowd, and that's amazing. Like I said, for girls high school basketball in the state of South Dakota, there's a good following, and when we put some pretty good quality out on that court, it's even better following. So the atmosphere is going to be the atmosphere. We're probably going to have a good crowd, both home and away, and I just think that it's going to be an experience that, coaching wise, I thought it was great being a part of that game last year in that double overtime. I think that was the first time I've ever coached in a double overtime game, and for it to be a region game, I'm never going to forget that. that's a moment that, you live for those things. So many times growing up in the front yard, in the driveway, you're planning those moments out in your head, and at least the competitors, I think, really are, where you're counting down. You want to take that last shot. You want to live for those moments.
Absolutely.
And I think that it's great for the kids.
Once again, that is head coach Adam Shoresman here on our pregame show as he's talking there about the exciting moments of last year, but of course also focusing on this year. This is a good group of girls right now coming in at 6-0, ranked number 3 in Class A, and being prepared to take on a Vermillion Tanagers team. This one has so many big implications, not just being ranked opponents, but of course region standings and also that DAC-12 title. And coming up here in just a moment, you're going to hear it once again, but head coach John Brooks, that is one of the goals for his group of girls this year, is to win that DAC-12 title outright again, and it certainly is going to be a test tonight against one of the best teams in the state. Speaking of, head coach John Brooks is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV.
And complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Inside the birdcage as it continues to pack in here in this new year. Welcome to the year 2024 and this huge matchup of Region 4A Hoops DAC-12 action and also ranked opponents, number 3 versus number 5. Exciting matchup tonight. We just heard from head coach Adam Shoresman of the T Area Lady Titans talking about his group and how it's been off to a good start so far this season. But now it's time to focus in on head coach John Brooks as his group of girls come in 4-1 overall, 1-0 in this region, and also 3-0 in the DAC-12. It's been an exciting season so far, but it's been now 2 weeks since the girls were last in action. How do they need to shake off this rust early and make sure they get going tonight? Here he is on our pregame show. It's head coach of the Vermillion girls, John Brooks. Well, Coach Brooks, getting ready for a big matchup against the T Area Titans. First off, has the sting of last year worn off for you as a coach and these group of girls after you had a great victory during the regular season beating them at their place, but then they come back and they beat you in the region? Have you gotten over that yet as a coach, or how excited are you to play the T Area Titans looking for some revenge here at the Birdcage?
Yeah, I think sometimes those are losses that you almost never get over. I think they're always kind of lingering. But as far as this season, yeah, we absolutely have moved on, and we kind of told the girls that this game has nothing to do with any revenge or anything. It's a new season, new players, new teams. It's just about this game and getting prepared for this game and what we can do to try to slow T down. And it's a regular season game, but it's a big regular season game. It's a conference game. It's a region game. Our girls understand that. So we're trying to get prepared as possible and go out there, and we know we're going to have to play very well.
Well, you talk about preparation as well. This is a little bit different from last year, maybe in the past even. T Area has gotten a game in during the Christmas break, whereas the Vermillion Tanagers, last year we played West Central for a makeup game on the 30th. This year, your girls have not played at all during this Christmas break. How much does that worry you going up against a Titans team that has been able to get a game in at least, and they've been able to shake off the Christmas rust?
Yeah, we definitely don't like the 2-week break. I don't think that's something that's ever good. As much as you try to rep things in practice, it's just not the same as playing a game. So we'll see. I think we kind of need to get through that first quarter. Hopefully our girls kind of get, the back to game speed at that point and can kind of settle into the game. But, maybe we're fresh too. Maybe we're fresh and minds are fresh and our bodies are fresh and ready to go. We'll just have to kind of see how this first quarter goes and go from there.
Well, we take a look at this game against the T-Area Titans. As you know, there's a lot of key pieces from last year. Of course, we can focus on Katie Vasika, what she brings. But when you look at this team, who's the kind of two big ones that you need to step up for your squad and have a big game against the Titans?
Well, I think a lot of it is defensively. Janaea is going to be on Vasika a lot, and Brooke's going to be on Grant inside. And we need to limit those two. Those two really hurt us in the region game last year. So defensively is going to be a big key. We can't have those kids going off for 30 again. And offensively, we need balance. And it's what we've always kind of stressed with this group. And, I think T relies on those two kids a lot. And we told our girls this is a team basketball game. We need all 5+ scoring, moving the basketball. They're all capable. Hopefully we can be very balanced offensively.
How much does this team need to also stay focused and stay out of foul trouble, if you will? I mean, it's so easy to try to reach in and get a block or try to swipe away the ball, but then you miss and you're making contact. The officials there sees it, calls a foul. Next thing you know, Janaea Brooke is on the bench halfway through the second quarter with picking up 2 or 3 fouls already. How much do you need this to be a clean game from your squad?
Yeah, absolutely. We can't be in foul trouble, and I think a lot of that starts with your practice habits, and we've stressed it a lot here over the break of getting our feet in the right spot, moving our feet, keeping our hands off, just making everything, just being solid defensively and trying to force tough shots. We don't need to steal everything. We don't need to block everything. We just, like I said, we just need to be solid. And if we're solid, then it puts us in rebounding position. We have to rebound the basketball tonight. Vasika and Grant hit the glass very, very hard. So, we just need to be really good defensively, and like you said, we need to be able to stay out of foul trouble.
Well, we're looking at your squad as well. We know that this team has had those contributors of scoring with Brooke Jensen. It's been Ruvers. It's been Janaea. Chandler even has had a big season so far when it comes to scoring. How much, though, does this starting 5, at least 4 of the 5 girls, need to hit double digits tonight to give your team a chance to win?
Yeah, we need 4. We need 4 of them right around that mark. And Brooklyn Boss needs to have a big game for us tonight. We need her scoring the basketball as well. So, you kind of know what you're going to get out of Brooke and Taylor, like you said. But Chandler's been scoring it really well, and that's the nice thing. They're all capable. And we haven't really mentioned to the girls, but as coach, we said we just haven't really shot it that well this year, which is surprising because it's probably one of the better shooting teams we've ever had. So we're just really hoping that at some point, especially at home, the lid comes off, and our girls have been shooting it really well in practice. Hopefully, they've got some confidence, and we shoot it well tonight.
Well, you get that opportunity to play back in the birdcage as well. We know how big of an environment it's going to be. How important is it to feed off that environment tonight as you take on the Titans?
Yeah, there's going to be great energy in the gym tonight, which is fun. The boys and girls programs for both T and Vermillion have had success, and that brings crowds. And over break, there's a lot of kids back still, and I think our gym is one of the better environments when it gets packed in. And I know we're expecting a big crowd tonight. T's going to bring a great crowd. Both the boys and girls games should be really good games. So. This is what high school basketball is all about, playing in front of your community, in front of your fans, in front of the student sections, and packing in a gym and getting after it. So I know our girls are really excited to play.
Once again, that is head coach John Brooks of the Vermillion girls. Tip-off is coming up next between the T-Area Titans and the Vermillion Tanagers.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dog. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Well, here we go. It's a matchup of less than a year ago when the number 4 team in the Region 4A, the T-Area Lady Titans, came in and knocked off the Vermillion Tanagers. But this year is completely different. It's all about the regular season and making your spot and a chance to win the DAC 12. Certainly is an exciting game as the number 5 Vermillion Tanagers welcome in number 3 T-Area Lady Titans. Let's meet our starting 5 for both the Titans and the Tanagers. We'll begin with the visitors, the Titans. Their starting 5 includes number 2 Maya Weber, the 5'4 senior guard. Number 3 Hayden West, the 5'5 senior guard. Mariah Grant, the 5'11 senior forward. Number 11, Ellie Clayberg, the 5'6 sophomore guard. And number 23, Katie Vasika, the 6'1 senior guard for the T-Area Lady Titans. Again, this is a Titans team that has a lot of familiar names from a year ago when the Titans did upset the Vermillion Tanagers. But that being said, there's a lot of familiar names as well on this Tanager squad. Let's take a look at them. The starting 5 includes number 11, Taylor Rivers, the 5'3 8th grade guard who got her first action against the Titans last year in this game a year ago. After that includes number 21, Brooklyn Voss, the 5'11 senior guard. Number 22, Janaea Cleveland, the 5'8 senior guard. Number 25, Chandler Cleveland, the 5'9 senior guard. And finally, number 33, Brooke Jensen, the 6'1 junior guard. Of course, the Tanagers are without the help of Casey Hansen, a key role player who tore her ACL this summer and will not be available for this year. Before we get to our tip-off, again, Cole Larsh had his chance to see this Titans team on Saturday in the Hoop City Classic. Cole, taking a look, who does Vermillion need to focus on tonight to shut down the Tanagers?
Well, I wish you could say that they need to focus on one certain player, because they've got 3 or 4 girls just in their starting lineup that can go off for 20, 25 points a game no matter what. Looks like we're having some microphone trouble, so we never had the starting lineups for Vermillion, and we're just going to roll right through it. But Vasika, obviously your number 1 target is to stop her. Number 2, I'd definitely say Mara Grant. And number 3, Ellie Clayberg. You cannot let her shoot. She went 8 for 9 on Saturday for 24 points from 3. I mean, I wish that you could just focus on one different girl, but you have to focus on their entire starting lineup.
Here we go. The Titans. Katie Vasika takes the Tanager logo along with Brooklyn Voss. The tap is won by the Titans, and we are underway here inside the birdcage. Along with Cole Larsh, I'm Heath Nimke. It's great to have you along here on this Tuesday evening in the year 2024. During the regular season, this was a 30-plus point victory a year ago for the Tanagers, and the Titans come up with an early turnover thanks to in part by Brooke Jensen, who reached her hand in and struck it away. Again, it has been 2 weeks since the Tanagers were last in action. The Titans playing in that Hoop City Classic just less than a few days ago. Rivers has it in the front court as she passes it over to Janaea Cleveland. Bounce pass down to Brooklyn Voss, who's double-teamed inside to Chandler Cleveland. Open look and scores. And Vermillion leads here early, 2-0, 7:22 first quarter. Quickly into the front court, the drive, the shot's too strong, and then a foul is called that will go against the Tanagers. This was the one worry for Vermillion, was staying out of foul trouble. Brooklyn Voss tried to take the charge, but instead draws the shooting foul. So first on Voss, and it'll be 2 free throws for Grant as she sinks the first one, and it is 2-1. You may remember as well, back in that Region 4A matchup, Vermillion at one point did have an 11-point lead in the fourth quarter. So we know the Titans eventually came back and won it in double overtime. 2-2 as Grant hits both free throws. 45 seconds into this, and we're tied. We're going to be close throughout the night. Jumper off the mark for Voss. Katie Vasika charging as she makes the pass up to Grant. They switch it over to the near side. Three-pointer, good. Ellie Clayburgh picking up right where she left off Saturday, hitting from downtown, and she hits the first three-pointer of this ball game, and now a reach-in foul. Cole, it looks like this one is going to be called close tonight from these officials.
Yeah, I think it's just one thing you got to get used to is every officiating crew is different, so if they're going to call it close, you got to get used to it. One thing Vermillion's got to do offensively is just keep trying to break this 1-2-2 full court press. Sometimes they'll switch it up, go 2-2-1. They want to go fast on both the defensive and offensive ends, do T.
Janaea Cleveland has it, passes over to Rivers at the top of the key. Back to Janaea. It's a 3-point lead for the Titans. They've gone on a modest 5-0 run after Vermillion hit the first bucket of the basketball game. Still Rivers picks up her dribble back to Janaea Cleveland. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Voss is double-teamed once again. That means someone has to be open. Finally to Jensen. She'll shoot the three. This one is off the heel of the iron. Vermillion tries to chase it down. Janaea Cleveland, though, was out of bounds when she grabbed the basketball, and it will be a turnover for Vermillion. Cole, Vermillion has had some looks, just haven't been able to hit their shots, though.
And it's one of the things that they're going to have to try to improve on throughout the game, because when T has all sorts of open looks, just like that wide open layup, they're going to capitalize every time.
Yeah, it's a quick Hayden West assist to Grant. Mara now has 4 points in the basketball game. Another missed opportunity for the Tanagers on a quick transition by Cleveland there, and here comes Katie Vasika the opposite way. Picks up the dribble and kicks it over to the left side. Now back to the top, they work it with Grant to Clayburgh. She'll shoot the three. This one is off the mark, and it's going to be rebounded by Rivers. 7-2. Again, the Titans are on a 7-0 run since Vermillion got the first bucket. Janaea Cleveland has it, shoots the three, and this one is off the mark, but it's going to be an offensive board, and Brooke Jensen is able to knock it down. She has her first points of the basketball game, and that finally ends the 7-0 run. The Titans are on 7-4, 5:18 first quarter. In the front court, it's Clayburgh as they work inside now to Grant, and it's going to be a foul, and this is exactly what Vermillion was worried about, was picking up the early fouls, but it'll go against Brooke Jensen, luckily, because Brooklyn Voss was also in there, and if that would have been against Voss, that would have been her second of the ball game, and that's 3 minutes less in the game. Katie Vasika throws it off the back of Chandler Cleveland, gets it back, and the Titans reset at the top of the key to Clayburgh. Three-pointer again. This one's off the mark. Now Clayburgh does shoot it really well from those wings. A quick turnover in the backcourt, and it's Hayden West who capitalizes on the assist from Katie Vasika, 9-4. And this is just smart basketball right now by the Titans. Up to Brooke Jensen, one-on-one, high off the glass, gets it to fall. Brooke has 4 points in the basketball game for the Tanagers, and the Tanagers keep it within reaching distance of 3 points. Katie Vasika against Janaea Cleveland. Trying to get a screen, but Janaea moves right around that, and then all of a sudden is bodied up. It's one twin to the other. Chandler came in for support and just bodied up Katie Vasika, gave her no more room to work along the baseline, and it's going to be a turnover for the Titans. The press is on once again. Vermillion's able to break it. Rivers trying to get the bounce pass down to Cleveland, and then out of nowhere, streaking in, is Grant. Or excuse me, that's Weber. I apologize. Who deflects it. But they say last touch by Cleveland. 9-6, 4:22 first quarter. Katie Vasika with no press on her. Easily brings in the front court. She's directly in traffic. Ooh, goes right around Janaea, pulls up at the free throw line. It's off the mark, but it's going to be an offensive rebound. Back out Clayberg along the wing, misses on an airball three-pointer, but she's getting into her spot, and it's Grant. Grant drives, and there's going to be a whistle called and a foul. 2 free throws coming up. Cole, you got to make sure Clayberg also gets off of that wing when she shoots 3. She's saying that right now. That's where she feels most comfortable is shooting 3s, and you got to make sure she gets off of it. By the way, Brooke Jensen, less than halfway through this first quarter, has now picked up her second personal.
Yeah, it's one thing watching that game on Saturday as Clayberg definitely has her favorite spots on the floor, and they're really that left and right wing. In the corner, so far we've seen she's not as accurate, but you got to get her away from those wings.
Shut down Katie Vasika might be the message. Katie has yet to score, and Grant at the free throw line has now gone 4 of 4. She has 6 points here in the ball game, the leading scorer for the Titans, and they're back up by 5. By the way, Brooke Jensen is also off the court with those 2 personal fouls. It's Voss who hesitated for a moment, misses the shot. It's an offensive rebound and then a foul that will go against the Titans, and it will be Grant's first free throw. It's a second team foul as well. So it'll be the simple inbound along the baseline for Janaea Cleveland and the Tanagers. Gets it right to her twin sister, who puts it awkwardly off the glass, and then Chandler Cleveland responds back with a reach-in foul of her own. And it will be the 4th team foul and a timeout from head coach John Brooks. Will step aside, take the timeout with him. We're back in just a moment here on Live Ticket TV.
If you are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills, we'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermillion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. 11-6, 3:48 first quarter. Vermillion is already without one of their starters on the court as Brooke Jensen is in foul trouble here early in the first quarter. Again, Vermillion does not go deep into their bench this year as they just don't have the key role players like they did a year ago due to some key injuries. A pass inside the lane for the Titans after the timeout by head coach John Brooks is a turnover. And Rivers drives in her shot, a wild one as she tried to get some space, misses the rim. And here come the Titans trying to add to their 5-point lead. Katie Vasika, who's been quiet so far here in the ballgame, has yet to score. Gets it off to Weber. Kicks back out. It's Clayberg. She shoots the 3. Another air ball from her second now of the ball game. 11-6, 3:05. Quickly the opposite way go the Tanagers. Voss kicks it back to the top with Roofers to run the offense. Using the right to left-handed dribble. Roofers kicks it over to Janaea Cleveland. She wants to go down to her twin sister. Does so. She turns around against Katie Vasika, misses, and it's rebounded by Vasika, and cherry picking the other way, Grant misses, but gets back her own shot, misses again. Another offensive rebound. They're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Tanagers. Wow, you just don't see Grant miss those. She does have a smile on her face knowing she missed an easy one. And here come the Tanagers the opposite way. 2:38 first quarter. 11-6. Grant, the leading scorer for the Titans, with 6 points here in the ball game.
Also 5 rebounds for her.
Wow. Quickly getting it up on the stat total for her here in this first quarter. Roofers gets a little bit of open space. She'll take the jumper. Another shot just off the heel of the iron right now. It's battleship out there. The Tanagers just can't hit anything. Katie Vasika fakes the handoff to Grant. Tanager fans want to carry. Nothing called. Missed shot in the end. Now we're going on a little bit of a streak here of neither team being able to find the bottom of the bucket. Cleveland. Pass back over to Barta, who took the spot of Jensen inside to Chandler Cleveland, and it's going to be a blocked shot by Katie Vasika, but they do call a foul. So Vasika will pick up her first personal, the 3rd team foul. and it's also 2 free throws upcoming. We have something on the court that we're going to pick up. Not quite for sure. The way we set that aside, though, I wonder if it might be some type of jewelry out there. Of course, something you have to either take off or tape up the ears, if you will. First free throw is good by Chandler Cleveland. She has 3 points. In fact, Brooke Jensen and Chandler Cleveland have all the points so far for the Vermillion Tanagers. Jensen is still on the bench. Second free throw for Chandler Cleveland. Hits this one as well. She has 4 points. And Vermillion is back within 3. Vermillion's only lead was 2-0 to start the first 30 seconds of this basketball game. It's now controlled with the Titans and a quick turnover as Bindi almost ran into West on miscommunication on how to run the offense there. And it'll give it back to the Tanagers. Janaea Cleveland inbounds to Roofers. With less than 100 seconds remaining in this first quarter, it's Barta who has in the front court for the Tanagers. Over to Brooklyn Voss as she tries to make her move against Katie Vasika. That is size versus size in that matchup there. Voss back over to Janaea Cleveland. Janaea to the elbow, kicks back out to her twin sister. Now trying to get to the near side, almost lost. Barta picks it back up. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Vermillion has to go with something. Janaea is going to drive in, step beside. Katie Vasika misses, gets back her own rebound, kicks back out. Voss three-pointer, rims in and out. Barta with the offensive rebound. Barta goes up, she misses, and it's rebound by Katie Vasika. She will press into the front court. Reach and foul, Adam Shoresman wanted, doesn't get it called. 51 seconds remaining in this opening stanza. Down to Grant at the block. Turnaround jumper for her. Rims it in. Mara Grant now has 8 points here in quarter number 1. Roofers gets by her defender and is tripped as she makes her way through. In hockey, that's a 2-minute minor. This was a shooting foul, or no, they're going to say it was on the court. Yep. As Roofers was going to shoot, but again, simple foul. It is the 4th on the Titans. Bonus for Vermillion, next foul, if we get to that mark. By the way, the foul is this time on Anna Bindi, picking up her first. Janaea Cleveland kicks it into Chandler. Chandler goes up through some contact and is able to hit the shot. Chandler was double teamed and was still able to hit. Vermillion back within 3 once again. The Titans can hold for a last-second shot if they want to. Grant is stripped as she goes up with it. And it will be Vermillion who will get the last say in quarter number 1. At the Tanager logo, it's Roofers. With now 10 seconds, still Roofers. Goes over to the far wing, drives in, kicks over to Janaea, to Chandler. The jumper for her is off the mark. Rebounded by Grant, and that is how the first quarter will end. A 3-point lead for the T-Area Lady Titans as we move into quarter number 2. That comes up on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
Make sure your John Deere baler is ready to roll next season with Grossenberg's Big 5 sale. Save 15% off the top 5 wear parts on hay balers. Stock up and save on belting, driveline, pickup, bale chamber, and tying parts at Grossenberg. Stop by one of our 9 locations to save big during the Big 5 sale or visit grossenberg.com. Offer ends 2/29/24. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for eligible parts list and full offer details.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. It's a 3-point lead after quarter number 1. Welcome inside the Birdcage. It's great to have you along here on this January 2nd, 2024. Hopefully you're getting a little used to writing that. I've already made my first mistake of the day. I wrote 2023 earlier today. Titans begin with the basketball to start the second quarter. It's an open look for Ellie Clayberg. She misses inside. fight for the rebound, and it's going to go out of bounds. And it was Grant fighting in there with 3 different Tanagers. Now, the Titans are going to run all the way to the half-court line and then jumble everything around.
They like this inbounds play a lot. I say they run it 85, 90% of the time.
Katie Vasika did have the open look. She missed. By the way, Brooke Jensen picked up 2 fouls in that first quarter. She is back out there. And I have to believe the message was just stay away. Now, her matchup was up against Grant. We'll have to pay attention to see if that matchup remains or if they switch things up. Janaea Cleveland drives in. She can't buy a bucket. She misses again. Her second missed shot of the ball game. Those shots, just keep on taking them. They're going to fall. 13-10, 7:15 second quarter. Grant at the free throw line. Almost has it stripped away. Back out they work it. This time with Babb. Over to the wing. Clayburgh shoots the 3. No, excuse me. That is Clayburgh who knocks it down. Usually she's on the right side. This time Ellie hits her second three-pointer of the ball game. She's got 6. And Chandler Cleveland answers right back for the Vermillion Tanager. She has 8 points in the ball game, the leading scorer for Vermillion. Katie Vasika, by the way, was held scoreless in quarter number 1. And as I say that, she puts up the jumper, and she gets her first points of the ball game. 18-12, 6:35, second quarter. Brooke Jensen, with 4 points in the game, has it at the free throw line. Back out to Chandler. She'll drive in, put it up, and she can't quite get the fall. And it's going to be rebounded by Ellie. Clayburgh brings it across the Tanager logo to Grant. Grant fakes one way, goes the opposite way with the right hand. Ooh, silky smooth from Grant. She now has 10 points, 7 rebounds in the ball game. 8 rebounds, excuse me. Almost at a double-double, and we're not even halfway through the second quarter. And by the way, it's quickly an 8-point lead, largest lead, and a lot of jockeying for position, and finally a whistle is called. It will be a foul on Janaea Cleveland, picking up her first and the first team foul of the second quarter. Bartlett will come back out. Brooklyn Voss will be back in. So Vermillion is back out with their starting 5. Reese Hammerquest has also checked into the ball game. Vasika will go over to the corner as they work it with Babb. Back to Vasika. She makes her drive in, using the right hand, misses. Gets back her own rebound, back up, and connects. Katie Vasika quickly now with 4 points here in the quarter. The Titans now up by 10. Their biggest lead of the ball game, 22-12.
Yeah, Vermillion needs to do something offensively. Grant right now sitting on the bench trying to get a breather, so need to capitalize with her not there defensively.
Janaea Cleveland. And Vermillion has had the looks. They just have not been able to find the bottom of the barrel. Inside to Chandler Cleveland, unless it's Chandler. She has 10, and I think Adam Shoresman has seen enough of Chandler, and we're going to get a timeout. 22-14, 5:22 remaining here in the second quarter. Cole, what have you liked from the Titans so far in an 8-point lead?
Well, mainly it's been what they've done on the offensive end is they seem to be getting more shots to fall. Defensively, they've been trying to confuse Vermillion a little bit, maybe playing that zone a little high with Chandler Cleveland getting some, backdoor action. But it's just been an all-around good game for T, both offensively and defensively. I think they're going to start maybe switching things up, try and maybe go back to that full-court press, get Vermillion sped back up again, and see what that gets them offensively. I don't think they really have to change anything. I mean, they've been really good on that right side of the court.
For Vermillion, just hit the shots.
Yeah, I mean, that's all it comes down. You've had plenty of open looks. You've gotten a couple offensive rebounds as well. The ball is eventually just going to go into the hoop, and it's going to be a closer game.
22-14, 5:22, second quarter. And both teams as well have been in foul trouble. Vermillion a total of 5 fouls in this first half so far. T area in 4 fouls so far. So it's been very clean by the officials. I mean, it's not calling one way or anything like that. It's been extremely great by these officials so far here in the ball game. Vermillion looks like they're going to come out and show a little bit of a press here. 22-14 after the timeout from head coach Adam Shoresman, and not quite for sure what was all going on there. I think they just want to give Grant Vasika a little bit of a breather, but it was such an immediate turnover by the Titans that Adam Shoresman was like, all right, hey, that was fun for a moment. Let's get that done and changes things back out as Grant and Vasika check back in. So this one's just going to be power and strength versus power and strength. Your best five versus our best five. Missed shot from Brooklyn Voss inside. In fact, the Tanagers, without Chandler Cleveland or Brooke Jensen, no one else has scored here in the ballgame. It's basically been Chandler Cleveland. She has 10 out of the 14 points. Here comes Weber inside, puts up the right-handed shot, gets it to fall. That's her first 2 points of the ballgame, and it's back up to a 10-point lead for the T area Titans. It's Ruvers, as she was doing a little bit of head bobbing. The official was not buying the act, and Ruvers steps out of bounds, and it's a turnover.
That's one thing you can't do against good teams. You can't have unforced turnovers that are going out of bounds on the baseline.
24-14, 4:33, second quarter. The Tanagers are bleeding right now, and they need to stop it, and now we're going to get travel from Katie Vasika, and it all comes down to that spin move, which officials are trying to eliminate. Even if it wasn't a travel, it seems as though they've been calling it just to stop it.
Yeah, it's one of the things that's actually been mentioned a couple times. I mentioned it last week or over the weekend in the Hoop City Classic. It's a point of emphasis this year for the officials, so you're going to see it called more because they're graded on the points of emphasis.
Janaea Cleveland hits the first three-pointer for the Vermillion Tanagers, 24-17. 4:05 second quarter. Let's see if that can spring the offense or if the Titans can answer right back. It's a quick turnover for Grant as she tried to go up with the shot. Vermillion, though, was all over her. Chandler pump fakes, drives in. Her shot is blocked right back by Grant. And she wanted to make a statement there. She was a little frustrated with her own shot being knocked away. Katie Vasika, the deep three. This one is off the mark. Vermillion almost knocked it away from each other. Ruvers in the end comes up with it, trailing by 7. Ruvers back to the Tanager logo, going to reset as she makes her move. Still Ruvers, kicks out, back to Ruvers. Catch and shoot three. This one's off the heel of the iron. It's going to go out of bounds. And it will be Titan basketball, 24-17. Don't forget, it is doubleheader action, so we will have the boys' game coming up after the conclusion of the girls' game. That one's an exciting matchup. Vermillion 4-1 on the season, whereas the T-area Titans 3-3. Of course, both the Lady Titans and the Titans do play a lot more of a double-A schedule. This is the last time we will see the Titans as Vasika drives in. Unless postseason comes around, the Titans will not only move out into double-A, but also out of the DAC 12. They will be moving to the ESD and compete at that level. Which, for some fans, I think a lot of people are excited, if you will, to see the Titans finally gone. Just such great athletes, no matter what sport it is, and that's the only reason why sometimes you like to see. And Titans are certainly going to be competitive at the double-A level on both the boys and the girls. Ruvers drives in with the right hand, gets her first bucket of the ball game, 26-19. Katie Vasika over to Weber. Weber kicks it back out to Grant. Grant driving the lane, picks up the dribble, tries to get up a shot, a block shot by Brooke Jensen there as Grant also hits the hardwood. It will stay, though, with the Titans, and they will do this half-court kind of inbound. There's a couple little kids. Looks like they're racing towards the end line here on this near side. And kind of confusion. They all ran into each other. Maybe it was drawn up that way. Three-pointer, though, off the mark, as both times on that play, it has gone to Katie Vasika. Janaea Cleveland now picks up her dribble, hands it off to Ruvers. Vermillion trailing by 7. Again, they're still in this, but they need to hit some shots. Now Voss will shoot the three. This one is off the mark as she still hasn't been able to connect. A quick turnover in the backcourt, though, and on the drive, it will be a missed shot by Ruvers, but she is fouled. The foul called against Hayden West. Now, for the Titans, no one has picked up more than one personal foul. 5 different girls, though, have picked up a foul. And Ruvers will shoot 2. First free throw is off the mark, and when you have, so far, the Titans that haven't missed a free throw, they are 4 of 4. You got to make sure if you're Vermillion, you are answering that. A little bit of communication on who's going to pick up Reese Hammerquist as she's cherry picking. On the offensive side for the Titans, second free throw is off the mark as well. Those are big free throw misses for the Vermillion Tanagers. 26-19, 1:53 before halftime. Corner pocket three is off the side of the rim. Rivers quickly in the front court will now peel back on the brakes and set up the offense. Looks like she wants to go to Brooke Jensen, eyeballing her, but instead goes to Janaea Cleveland on the opposite side. The top with Voss to Barta, pump fake the three. She'll go to the elbow, take the jumper off the mark. Oh my goodness. I think Grant kind of was like, how's that a foul on me? But completely goes to the back of Brooke Jensen and will pick up her second personal. She's gonna come out of the ball game. She's gonna stay out there. Nope, there it comes. And coming in will be Weber. Seems like Cole's seen this team at least once so far this season.
You just got to follow my head nods. I've been following it all the way. Like those two inbounds that looked like chaos, those were drawn up.
Controlled chaos, right?
Yep.
Ellie Clayberg after the missed shot for the Vermillion Tanagers. Back to the top they go with Weber. Now instead of Vasika, she has it knocked away by Chandler Cleveland. It's been a lot of the Cleveland double teaming, if you will. When Katie Vasika has the basketball, Katie just 4 points so far here in the ball game. They have done a nice job of eliminating her. Now with Grant once again on the bench picking up 2 personals. We'll see if Vermillion can't take advantage of it. Clayberg, another three-pointer, another one that's off the mark. Rebound by Chandler. 1:04 remaining in this quarter. Janaea almost lost the basketball, picks it up, looking for someone to go to. Brooke back to Janaea. Janaea picks up her dribble, trying to get by her defender, puts up the difficult shot, misses. Offensive rebound, and Chandler Cleveland connects. She has 12 points, 6 in each quarter. And Vermillion was within 5. Let's see if they can't make a defensive stand here. Back out, three-pointer by Weber, knocks it down. Maya Weber now 5 points in this quarter, and a big three-pointer to put it back up by 8. Rivers across the Tanager logo. The shot clock is off, so Vermillion's going to hold for this last shot of the half. Best they can do is draw it within 5. Bounce pass to Brooke Jensen. Back to Rivers. Rivers over the corner. Three-pointer for Voss, and this one is off the mark. It's an offensive rebound. Chandler, straightaway 3. This one is off the mark as well. Janaea gets it back. In the end, never got the shot off, and that is the end of quarter number 1. The theme might not be the Tanagers are out of it. They just haven't been able to find their shots necessarily, or they haven't found the bottom of the net. It's an 8-point lead as we head into halftime. 29-21. Our halftime statistics are on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine.
Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank and Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank and Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Well, happy 2024, 29-21 here at halftime. We expected a good matchup between the T-Area Lady Titans and the Vermillion Tanagers. Gotta love DAC 12 action, Region 4A. Of course, this one you can remember less than a year ago. The T-Area Lady Titans, that number 4 team in the region, came in and knocked off Vermillion, that number 1, which of course in the end didn't play out for the Titans either. They never made it to the state tournament. Vermillion didn't make it to the state tournament as well. Of course, we can get into the debate how much this Region 4A team last year and maybe even this year should be taking some of the top teams into the state tournament, and might not happen. But again, that's for another time. So it's time to get into our first half statistics. Cole Arsh, it's been one girl really for the Vermillion Tanagers that has gotten the points, and on the opposite side, Grant has had herself a great ball game. Katie Vasika, maybe not a whole lot of points scoring so far for her, but certainly has helped out offensively. What are our stats from the first half?
Yeah, we're going to go first half stats. First for the home team and the trailing Vermillion Tanagers. They've got 21 points. They were led in scoring that time in that half by Chandler Cleveland. She had 12 and 4 rebounds, and will go down the roster numerically. Taylor Barta had an offensive rebound. Taylor Roovers 2 points, 3 rebounds, an assist, and 2 steals. Brooklyn Voss did not score, but had a rebound, 2 assists, and a big block on Mara Grant. Janaea Cleveland, just 3 points, but 5 rebounds, including 4 on the offensive end, 2 right there in that last possession. And Brooke Jensen, 4 points for her on 3 rebounds and a block. They were 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Vermillion, they scored 10 in the first and 11 in the second quarter for their total of 21 points. Then on the visiting team, the T-Area Lady Titans again come in number 3 in the land according to the media. Just to start off, they're 4 for 4 from the free throw line, and I just want to get this in while I can. 59 of 72 on the season for 82%. They shot 12 of 14 on Saturday. Do not want to let them get to the line consistently in this game. They were led in scoring by Mara Grant, 10 points for her, and including 9 rebounds, an assist, and a block. 2 blocks. Then we'll go down the roster numerically. Maya Weber, 5 points, an offensive rebound, and a steal. Hayden West, 2 points, a rebound, and 2 assists. J.C. Babb with an assist. Ellie Clayberg, 6 points, 2 rebounds for her. Not quite the shooting night that she had on Saturday here in the Birdcage. And then Katie Vasika to round it out, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. T-Area, 13 points in the first quarter and 16 in the second quarter for their total of 29. Again, 29-21, your halftime score. Heath, take it away.
We may remember as well, these two teams, again, top 5, according to the media. The media has not had a poll here now in a couple weeks due to the holiday, which usually is released yesterday, but with Christmas and the New Year all falling on that Monday. Again, we kind of talked about it in our pregame show. The T-Area Titans may be up to number 2, Vermillion maybe even up to number 4, or staying at that 5 spot. Kind of depends on what the media would say. But one thing we can look at, reliable numbers, if you will. T-Area does come in number 1 in Region 4A, whereas Vermillion is number 2, and it is a little bit of a gap between those two teams. So again, 1 and 2 even within the region. And you may remember as well, we talk about this, that T-Area plays such a double-A schedule. But again, they do not get bonus points for winning those double-A games. If you follow along whatsoever, it's a very, very messed up schedule. Double-A teams still lose points if they beat A and B teams. B still gets bonus points for beating A and AA teams. But when it comes to A teams, they do not get those bonus points. That is a rule change that happened this offseason. And if you have no idea what I mean by that, don't worry. All you need to know is these two teams are top within their own region, which also means they probably won't see each other in the postseason, which I think both would appreciate that. They certainly do not want to run into the gauntlet of running into each other once again. Cole, it seems obvious for Vermillion, just hit the shots as we move in to this second half, and they'll be okay. That's really what we need to see from Vermillion, is hit the shots, and even more specifically, make a couple threes, and the Tanagers are right back in this game.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what they've done offensively, is T's just been sitting back in their 2-3 zone, and they're basically telling Vermillion, I mean, hey, bring it on. I mean, that's basically what it is we think we're good enough to stop you guys defensively, just running a basic 2-3 zone. And one thing I have noticed is they've got, like, their taller girls out in the forwards. They're spreading out to the corner pretty easily, which really opens up the middle for Vermillion. They kind of took advantage of it a couple times. I remember Taylor Roovers with a floater just kind of dribbled in past the wings and good from 8 feet. But, I mean, T's given them plenty of opportunities. They've taken plenty of shots, and like you said, it just comes down to you got to start making those shots to keep this thing close. They're keeping it close right now just with their defense. I mean, you might look, Grant with 10 and a bunch of others with 6 points. That's a really good defensive half, only allowing T to score 29. So, I mean, if the shots start falling, we're going to get a more interesting game here in the second half. Vermillion, they just got to keep sticking with it. Keep taking those shots. Eventually, they are going to fall.
Yeah, you talk about this matchup again. T area put up 77 points on Saturday morning against Rapid City Christian in a 33-point victory. Otherwise, this is a team that averages 60-plus points a game. So they're close to that average. They're going to be looking for more shots to fall as well. And by the way, the other quick note to take a look at is foul trouble for both these two teams. Grant does have 2 personals, otherwise everyone else has 1. For the Vermillion side, Brooke Jensen is at 2. Everyone else has 1. And Cole, maybe some people in the media think that officials play a factor, but this one's been extremely great by these officials. Very clean, very even when it comes to the fouls called.
Yeah, I think the 3 stripes know that coming in. This is a good game, and they don't want to be the ones that kind of take the spotlight away. They're just going to call it as they see it, like they do every other game. And more often than not, they're probably going to swallow the whistles, let them play. So we're going to expect some fouls, expect some contact rather on both ends, like we've seen in that first half. Should stay pretty consistent in the second half. It's just you got to keep your key players out of foul trouble. You can't get the dumb ones where you're slapping in the backcourt. They're going to call those every time. But a little contact underneath the hoop, they're just going to let it fly.
29-21 as we begin the second half. Great to have you along here on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV. If you have not subscribed to Vermillion Tanagers Live, make sure you do that as well and set the alerts on. You can catch all the action. If you're a Titans fan, Tanagers fan, stick around. We do have the boys game. You don't need to click anywhere. Drew Weber, along with Jay Drake of both boys teams, be on our pregame show before we hop into that game as well. Looking forward to it, of course. Great coaches as well with Adam Shoresman and Drew Weber. Always love their conversations. They always, of course, give me the time of day. Appreciate them having those pregame interviews to these 2 games. Well, we get started right away with the Roovers, who drives in and connects immediately in the first 10 seconds to start this third quarter. Vermillion, well, if you want to draw it up, that's exactly how you want to get it done. By the way, the Titans come back out with their starting 5 of Weber, West, Grant, Clayberg, and Vasika. The Tanagers out there with their starting 5 as well. Roovers, Voss, Cleveland, and Jensen. Quick turnover for the Titans. We'll see how this goes for Vermillion. Like I said, if you want to draw it up a certain way, so far it's gone according to the script. Voss has it in the corner. What's next in the lines of script here? Roovers to the elbow, back to Jensen, 13 on the shot clock. Back to the top with Roovers, inside to Chandler Cleveland. She leaves her shot short. I feel as though the script was going the Tanagers' way. That would have been a made shot. Clayberg over to Grant. Still a 6-point lead for the Titans. The Titans have had the lead since it was 2-0 for Vermillion. The Titans from there went on a 7-0 run. They've had the lead ever since then. Weber kicks it over three-pointer. This one is off the mark that time for West, but it's going to be an offensive rebound, and with that, Grant now has a double-double here in the basketball game. Straight away, Clayburg. This one, she just can't hit the shots tonight from downtown. She's very trusty from that area as well.
Vermillion got really lucky on the possession. I'd say over half the possession, only 4 players were being guarded by T. Lots of defensive confusion right there for the Tanagers.
Chandler Cleveland has it down at the low block, trying to back her way in. Kick back to the top with Janea, who's still looking for her first points of the ball game. Now Voss has it. Back down to Chandler. And it's going to be poked away, and they do say a whistle on the hardwood. Trying to reach in there for it was Weber. She'll pick up her second personal, the first team foul. And it will be Janea Cleveland to inbound. Oh, there we go. We had to reset the shot clock. We did not have that. Still stuck at 9 as the inbound was in play. It's reset. Here we go. Janea slaps it, and they'll kick it deep to Rivers. Rivers makes her drive, tries to go up through contact, and Cole, Rivers, the second time that she's leaned into it and tried to draw it, and is able to do so. West picks up her second personal and the second team foul. Rivers is 0 of 2 so far tonight from the charity stripe.
Yeah, it's one thing a lot of players or a lot of coaches teach in their practices. You want to lean into the contact, make the contact yourself without kind of drawing an offensive foul. Good job by Rivers there. Maybe sold a little bit, got herself 2 free throws.
Hits the first. It's in within 5 now. Second free throw is good as well. Rivers starting to come alive. She has 6 points here in the ball game, and Vermillion is within 4. In fact, Vermillion has scored all the points so far here in the second half. Vasika is off the mark, and it's going to be rebounded by Brooke Jensen. So Vermillion has grabbed early momentum to start this second half. Can they continue to capitalize on it? Rivers, the drive to the elbow, bounce pass, three-pointer. This one is off the mark for Voss, but it's going to be tipped deep. It's an offensive board for Brooke Jensen. Vermillion can reset offensively. Jensen over to Rivers, down to the baseline, trying to get the feed into Chandler Cleveland, and they triple-teamed her just to make sure she wouldn't catch it. Turnover, Titans Katie Vasika charging the other way. Inside the lane to Grant. She's going to be double-teamed. Tries to pick it up and just wants to go up with a shot. It was blocked away once again by Brooke Jensen. And it will be Titan basketball. Tanager fans wanted a 3-second violation there. Vasika this time will inbound as the Titans will run their half-court scheme. They want to go to Grant inside. She wasn't open to Clayburg instead, and it's going to be a foul called against Chandler Cleveland. No, excuse me, Janea Cleveland will pick up her second and the first team foul. And they'll run the inbound once again, this time with Weber. They'll go deep to Clayburg. They want to get it over to West, stolen away by Janea Cleveland. She drives in, and it's the easy layup. Janea now has 5 points in the basketball game. Forgot about her 3 there in the second. And Vermillion all of a sudden is within 2. 29-27, 4:55, and a quick turnover for the Titans. No, a foul away from the basketball that will go against Grant, picking up now her third personal, the third team foul, and Adam Shoresman wipes away sweat off of his brow and is going to have to make a couple substitutions. Grant and Clayburg are going to come out of the ball game. Babb and Hammerquist are checking in. The Titans have yet to score here in this third quarter. It's a modest 6-0 start for the Vermillion Tanagers. Brooke Jensen, three-pointer, good! And Vermillion has their first lead since they led 2-0. And quickly the opposite way comes Weber. Her shot's off the mark, and the birdcage is getting loud, and the student section will rise. Rivers across the Tanager logo to slow things down for just a moment. 30-29, 4:23, third quarter. Pass over to Janea Cleveland, trying to get it inside to Brooke Jensen, but it's going to be stolen away that time by Hammerquist. Here comes Katie Vasika the opposite way. She's going to be triple teamed. Shut the space down, back to Weber as they work it outside to West To the top they go, back to Weber, the wing three. This one's off the mark, and it's going to be Voss who eventually pulls it down. And again, the Titans have not got themselves a bucket yet. Another three-pointer from Brooke Jensen. Bingo! Well, let the crowd take over from here as the Tanagers rise to their feet inside the birdcage, 33-29. And Cole, the Titans have found themselves in a hurricane right now, and they just need to weather this storm out.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where finally I always talk about it, or at least I try and always talk about the law. Averages is your first half, you don't make very many shots. Second half, you come out, one of the teams is going to come out hot, and it just so happens that Vermillion is. T seems a little flustered on the offensive end. I don't know if it's what Vermillion's doing defensively, but a lot of forced shots, a lot of unforced turnovers, just throwing it away. Very unlike this T area team. Much the reason for the Shoresman timeout.
33-29. Again, it's a 12-0 start here in this third quarter for the Vermillion Tanagers, and that's what gives them their largest lead of the basketball game of 4 right now. As athletic director Clayberg talks with boys basketball coach Drew Weber here along the near baseline where we're at. Titans, after the Adam Shoresman timeout, are going to try to sort this out offensively, still without the services of Grant, who has picked up 3 personal fouls. She is still not out there. We'll see how much longer she rides the bench. Katie Vasika inside. This is now Babb. Over the corner, they work it with Hammerquist. The top with Weber. Weber drives in, puts up the shot. She just can't get it to fall right now. Weber's had the looks. She just can't buy herself a bucket.
I think somebody put a lid on this near basket before the game.
Rovers at the top of the key, as again the Titans still have not scored here in this quarter. It's Janaea Cleveland, pass to Jensen at the elbow, working against Katie Vasika. Kicks to Chandler, straight away at the free throw line, misses. Loose basketball, and that's another thing. They can't get rebounds now, the Titans either. They can't get the offense going. They're giving up now offensive rebounds. The Tanagers, 3 so far in this quarter. Brooke Jensen back out to Chandler Cleveland, using the right-handed dribble. It was a fresh shot clock, by the way. Janaea back over to Brooke Jensen from the student section, tries to work it inside to Voss, who almost lost it off of a foot. Bodies are going to hit the hardwood. And finally, the whistle is called, jump ball, and it is going to stay with the Tanagers. Clayberg is going to come back in. As Weber will come out, Chandler Cleveland also comes out, and we will see Barta check in. I apologize. Possession arrow favors the Titans, and it will be Titan basketball. Still a 4-point lead, 33-29, 2:35, third quarter. Vasika, the drive. Kick back out to Hammerquist. It's now controlled with Babb. Clayberg at the free throw line. Into the lane she goes. Back out, and the Titans will cycle it once again offensively. They want to get to Vasika. She has it at the free throw line. Pull-up jumper for the SDSU commit. This one's off the mark. And again, the Titans still haven't scored in this third quarter. To Janaea. Now to Chandler Cleveland. With Rovers to Voss. Voss at the free throw line. Kick over to Barta. Barta bounce pass to Rovers with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Back to Barta. To Brooke Jensen in the corner. 9 seconds on the shot clock. It's Brooke Jensen versus Katie Vasika. And Katie Vasika gets the better of Jensen as she blocks the shot away. And here comes Katie Vasika, storming the opposite direction, puts up a wild shot, misses. But it's going to be an offensive rebound by Hammerquist. Straight away 3. This one is off the mark, and now they're daring the Titans to shoot the 3 as West missed. Rovers across the Tanager logo once again as head coach John Brooks slows things down by screaming out a play. Now to Barta. Back to Rovers. Rovers to the top with Voss. Voss drives in, puts up her shot, gets it to go. First points for Brooklyn Voss here in the ball game. And Vermillion all of a sudden up by 6. Drive in by Katie Vasika, gets it to go. First points of the third quarter, and now a quick turnover. And They're going to say Janaea Cleveland on a personal foul knocked over West. We're going to look back at it here on replay on our end. It was certainly contact made, but it looked like West goes down easily there. Nonetheless, it doesn't matter. Cleveland picks up her third personal, second team foul, and the Titans will have the basketball. 35-31. Can the Titans grab momentum as we move to the fourth? They might have only scored 2 points so far, but if they can grab momentum going into the quarter break, that would be huge. Weber, top of the key, kicks it out. Clayburgh, three-pointer, good. Ellie Clayburgh, 9 points, all from downtown, and just like that, the Titans are within one. And Vermillion can hold for the last second shot. Roovers just moving around offensively. Still Roovers. Now we'll kick over to Jensen. She'll shoot the three, leaves it short, and it's picked up. Katie Vasika has 2 seconds. Katie Vasika pull up three-pointer. Good! Katie Vasika and the T-Area Titans score 8 in the last 50 seconds and take a 2-point lead as we go to the fourth. And it's coming up here in 60 seconds on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
And welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Well, here we go, Cole. Get ready. I'm ready. It's like the region playoffs all over again, these two teams. And a tight one as we enter the fourth quarter. Great to have you along here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live, whether you're a Tanagers fan, a Titans fan. It's 37-35, a quick turnover as we begin the fourth quarter. Again, the Titans went on an 8-0 run in the final 50 seconds of that third quarter to take back this 2-point lead. And by the way, Grant is back on the hardwood. Key role player for the Titans as she missed a majority of that third quarter, picking up her third personal foul. Katie Vasika, step back three. This one is off the mark, but there's Grant already. Count the bucket and the foul. Cole, she makes a difference when she's on the court.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable how much better this team is when she's out there on the court. I mean, she's almost their down-low presence. I mean, it's when you look at her, she's their only forward in their starting lineup. Unbelievable difference she makes.
Free throw, though, is off the mark, but still, it's now a 10-0 run in the last minute 10 of this basketball game, and the Titans back up by 4. So everything that Vermillion did going on a 12-0 run in that third quarter is completely evaporated already. And now another quick turnover. 39-35, 7:09, fourth quarter. And you're fine if you're the Tanagers, Cole. No need to hit the panic button. Just
slow down.
Settle in. And by the way, defensively, T-Area is way down from what they're usually scoring on average. So right now, this is in favor of the Tanagers. They just need to slow things down, hit shots, and keep making sure they put the Titans off offensively. Drive in, West misses, but she's fouled. That's not going to help the Tanagers at all, as they have quickly picked up already 2 team fouls in this fourth quarter. By the way, the foul is on Roovers, picking up her first personal.
That's one thing that some teams do when they start getting into a panic. They want to make the big plays defensively. They want to get steals and blocks. You don't have to do that. You've already been shutting down this T-Area Lady Titans team the way it's been. You just got to keep playing solid defense. No need for these fouls. You don't want them to shoot free throws all game.
West gets her first point since the first quarter. Second free throw, this is good. She has 4 for the ball game. 41-35, 6:53, fourth quarter. All of a sudden, the Titans answer back on their own dominating run right now of a 12-0 run. 41-35. It's just happened a lot quicker than what it was for the Vermillion Tanagers when they did it. It's Rivers over to Voss. Bounce pass inside to Chandler Cleveland, who did not score in that quarter, and now a whistle is called and a foul that will go against Clayburgh, picking up her first personal and the first team foul. It is 2 free throws for Chandler Cleveland. Again, did not score in that third quarter. She was the only starter not to score either, but she is the leading scorer with 12 points, make it 13 as she hits the first free throw. 41-36, 6:28 remaining in regulation. Second free throw, this one's off the mark. Fight for the rebound. Voss saved it, but goes right to Ellie Clayburgh as her dad watches on here on the near baseline towards us. Katie Vasika to Weber, inside to Grant. Grant trying to get some space back out to Weber. She wasn't shooting the 3 good in that third quarter. Maybe an open look that she doesn't take here in the fourth. Katie Vasika drives with a double team. Oh, she just can't hit. Gets back her own offensive rebound and is able to draw the foul. Well, if you can't make the first bucket, at least do that. And Katie Vasika is headed to the free throw line. And the foul is on Janaea. She's picked up now her 4th, the third team foul. Cole, do you take her out or just let her go?
Nope, you're to the point in the ball game where there's a really good chance that the 5 that are out there, likely for both squads, are going to be out there the rest of this fourth quarter.
You don't care about overtime. You're playing for the win right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something Michigan didn't do. Second free throw is good.
That is true.
43-36. 6 minutes remaining here in the ballgame. Rivers brings in the front court, and now a timeout by head coach John Brooks. Will step aside. We're back in 60 seconds here on Live Ticket TV. Advertising can be a struggle. Where to spend your money? Are you reaching the right audience? If you are looking for an effective method that reaches a large fan base at once, then here is your spot with Live Ticket TV. With over 65 schools in the state of South Dakota, we can help you find the right market. Plus, you can work with me, Heath, and a portion of all sales made go right back to the school. Get a hold of me today and let's get started in helping build your brand with Live Ticket TV. There's no better organization that gives back to the student athletes than the Booster Club. The Vermillion Booster Club is committed to helping all student athletes grow. Join the Tanager faithful today by becoming a member at GoTanagers.com. While you're there, check out team apparel for your favorite sports team. Like them on Facebook to stay up to date on all the latest information and sports games. Join the Vermillion Boosters today and go Tanagers. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. (43-36), 5:57 here in the fourth quarter. After the timeout from head coach John Brooks, which was a full timeout, it will be Tanager basketball here on the inbound. Tanagers again trailing by 7. At one point, trailed by 12 in this ball game. And at one point, led by 4. Ruvers the drive in. Easy look for Taylor Ruvers. She now has 8 points here in the ball game. 43-38, 5:40 fourth quarter. Weber has it for the Titans. Again, the Titans struggled to score in that third quarter until the final 50 seconds where they got 8 points. Weber works out to Vasika. Vasika drives in and hits the shot, and the foul called as well. Cole, Katie Vasika is starting to take over here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, this is more of a game that we expected from Katie Vasika. That's Chandler Cleveland's second foul. Yeah, 16 points for her, including 10 in this second half.
The and one connects. And Katie Vasika, as you mentioned, Cole, having herself a big ball game with 16 points, 46-38, and that extends it a little bit more.
That's why you don't foul T right there, Heath. They're 9 for 10 in the ball game.
Wow. 5-17, fourth quarter. And by the way, next foul on the Tanagers will give bonus to the Titans as well. Now a fight for it inside, jump ball called, and possession arrow will still keep it with the Titans after the missed shot. And Cole, we saw there in the third quarter, this crowd really got into it. Seems like they're kind of on edge now for the Tanager fans, at least. Seeing this one maybe slip away a little bit. Clayberg, three-pointer. This one's off the mark. Roovers comes away with the rebound. So Roovers quickly sprinting into the front court. Gets by the double team, puts up her shot, misses, and it's rebounded by Katie Vasika. As we mentioned, she's just taken over here in this second half. Oh my goodness. This three-pointer is off the mark. Rebounded by Grant. She misses. It's rebounded by Brooke Jensen, but Grant steals it away, and it's good. Grant, 14 points. Katie Vasika shot deeper than an NBA three. She was feeling it. I thought she was going to hit it too. Brooke Jensen calls Roovers to come back closer to her. Inside to Chandler Cleveland. Back out to Janaea. She'll shoot the three. This one's off the mark. Rebounded by Katie Vasika. It's a 10-point lead for the Titans. They can slow this game down now if they want to, as it's quickly going in their favor. That's exactly what Weber's going to do, as she's going to bring it all the way back to the top of the key. With that logo for the Tanager, stands in red and black. To Weber, back to Vasika at the volleyball line. Vasika with 10 seconds. She'll drive, and a charge taken by Brooklyn Voss this time. She tried to pull that earlier in the game. The foul went against her. But Vasika will pick up now her second personal, second team foul, and it will give it back to the Tanagers. And now a timeout is called. We'll be back in just a moment here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
Give it off to Cisse, gliding to the basket. Out to 3, Jay Hayes. Good. And Eric Lemon wants to stop the music.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. (48-38), 3:46 here in the fourth quarter. Cole, well, you know Adam. To Mount Vernon boys, what's Adam Shoresman right now talking here during this timeout with 3:46 remaining in the game with a 10-point lead?
I think the biggest thing is just slow down offensively. You don't need to rush things, and like that Vasika charge taken, there's no need to drive into a double team. Kick out to your teammates. Just try and get the ball flowing a little bit. Once you get that ball moving around, the shot clock will go down. Don't have to worry about that. Just move the ball around, run your offense till about 10, then the layup will show up. Take the layup.
Here we go, 3:40 remaining in this fourth quarter. Roovers has it. She's going to drive in, puts the shot high off the glass, but can't get it to connect. Here come the Titans the opposite way with Katie Vasika, the commit to South Dakota State. And remember, a year ago she did not play in this game, was nursing a back injury, but she has been completely healthy so far this season. And right now, Cole, just as you mentioned, a Mount Vernon brain connected to one another. They're exactly doing that. Just waste as much time as they possibly can. Down to 5 seconds. Weber back out to Grant with 2 seconds to Katie Vasika. The off-balance shot doesn't connect, but it uses all 35 seconds of the shot clock. By the time Vermillion gets in the front court, that's 40 seconds gone, if you will. Voss trying to get down to Chandler Cleveland. Well, it'll be thrown away out of bounds, and it'll go right back to the Titans.
Yeah, if you're T area in this situation, I'm sure Adam Shoresman is telling them, especially in that timeout, a shot clock violation is not worst case scenario. I mean, you'll be just fine running 35 seconds off because once that buzzer sounds, you usually get a couple more seconds. Now that, a travel with the logo, is just about worst case scenario.
Turnover for Katie Vasika, and it will now be Tanager basketball. Again, the Tanagers are not down and out, but it is getting into desperation time. Janaea Cleveland, pass over to Voss. Pump fakes one way. Back to Brooke Jensen, to Janaea Cleveland. Janaea at the elbow to Brooklyn Voss, three-pointer. This one is off the mark. Fight for the rebound. Janaea just tried to chuck it off of Clayburgh, but in the end, Clayburgh comes up with the basketball. 2:10, fourth quarter. 48-38, and by the way, everything that was connecting for Vermillion in that third quarter shot-wise has started to fall apart, and now head coach Adam Shoresman has called a timeout. On the opposite side, Cole, what's head coach John Brooks saying to his squad?
Well, I mean, the shots they've been taking have not been the worst shots. It's just they haven't been falling. You got to just keep up with it. I mean, you've been relying on your defense the whole game. Again, this is a T-area team that averages 68 points a ball game, only 48 with 2 minutes to go. So defensively, we've been doing just fine. It's just offensively, the shots haven't been falling. You know, lately the shot selection hasn't been great. I'm sure he's been going off of that. And you can't turn the ball over this late. You got to make crisp, clean passes to players that are open. You can't even chance a steal, or else that might be the ball game.
If you told John Brooks, too, with 2:07 remaining in the ball game, T-Area Lady Titans would have 48 points, he'd say, sign me up for that. That's perfect.
Absolutely.
I'll take that.
Absolutely.
That means we're either in this game or things are probably going good for us, or we're right there. We might have the lead even. I don't think he would think 38 points. That was in his pregame show, too. We said, who steps up offensively? Is this going to be a tell of a game on who it's going to be? We were hoping so. And maybe, once again, just in those big moments, offensively, it just hasn't clicked tonight for the Vermillion Tanagers. Certainly have had the looks. They just haven't been able to find the bottom of the barrel. 48-38, 2:07 after the 60-second timeout from head coach Adam Shoresman. And again, you have to imagine, just work and bleed this clock as much as possible. And the Titans moving to 7-0 and put themselves in the driver's seat in the DAC-12. Rivers is going to be fouled from behind by West. Now, it's only the third team foul, so not giving up bonus, anything like that for the Titans. And it'll be the third personal now. I guess I apologize, that's Weber who picked up the foul. And Cleveland will inbound it. 1:50 remaining here in the ball game. Vermillion needs to move quickly offensively. Brooke Jensen over to Janaea Cleveland, who's wide open, probably needs to catch and shoot that three. Back out to Voss. Vermillion, they need to put up a shot, finally do so with Rivers, and it's going to be an air ball. It's a deep three for her, standing at just 5'3". With under 90 seconds, here come the Titans into the front court. Again, a Titans team that's going to move to 7-0. According to the media, they were still ranked number 3. Cole, I've been very vocal on where I think this Titans team should be at, and now another timeout by head coach Adam Shoresman. I think, Cole, it's simply use it or lose it at this point.
Yep, just try and draw something up so you can basically run the same play 3 different times down the floor. Try and get in your best free throw shooter hands, which for the T-Area team happens to be just about the entire team. So it doesn't really matter who's got the ball right now, but yeah, just drawing something up, get it to their shooters, and mainly just to avoid the steal, because worst case scenario, you get a steal and 2 or 3 points on the other end.
Don't forget, Drew Weber, Jay Drake, all a part of our pregame show, as this will be boys action coming up immediately. Don't need to click anywhere. Don't need to move away from the screen. We'll have all that during our pregame show, and then we will catch up with action immediately after those interviews. In fact, it'll be a starting 5 for both teams, and we'll be hopping into the game. So looking forward to that. It's doubleheader tonight here inside the Birdcage. We're in game number 1. It looks like the Titans have this well in hand, up by 10 with 1:13 remaining here in the ball game. As it will be Hayden West to inbound. She gets it into Weber. Now Vermillion, the next foul they give, by the way, will give bonus. So 2 free throws when they give it up, and I think that's maybe another reason, too, why we're not really seeing the fouls called by the Tanagers. Katie Vasika has it. Back to Weber, to Clayberg with 4 seconds. Inside to Grant. She just throws something up. Katie Vasika tried to volleyball tap it. Shot clock violation, but in the end, it works out. As Adam Shorsman is smiling, I think he wanted a foul underneath. He can't believe it. 50 seconds remaining here in the ball game. Brooklyn Voss. Bounce pass to Brooke Jensen. Brooke Jensen to Roovers. Back to Brooke Jensen. Puts up her shot. Can't get the fall, but she'll be fouled. And 2 free throws upcoming. Katie Vasika will pick up her 3rd, 4th team foul. Again, Brooke Jensen will shoot 2. An offensive night. The shots just haven't fallen for the Vermillion Tanagers. Jensen is able to connect with the first. Gives her 11 points here in the ball game.
Double-double for her as well. 10 rebounds in the ball game.
Second free throw. This one is good. So give her 12 points on the evening and 10 rebounds, as Cole Larsh mentioned. The shot clock is off, so the Titans are just going to try to bleed this one out, if you will. Maybe a reach-in foul should have been called there, as Chandler Cleveland did make some contact. And now, finally, the Tanagers give up the foul. Again, bonus, so it will be free throws upcoming. It's a foul on Brooke Jensen as well, the 3rd personal. And it will be Grant who will be shooting free throws. Grant, double-double here in the ball game as well. 14 points for her. I was going to say if she can make both, she'll tie Katie Vasika for leading scorer. But now she could just do second best at this moment. Second free throw is up, and this one is good for Grant. She has 15 in the ball game. Roovers into the front court. Well, hand it off to Chandler Cleveland. Back to Roovers. Roovers at the block. Difficult shot. Gets it to fall, though. And another quick timeout. We'll step aside and take the timeout with them. We're back in just a moment here on Live Ticket TV.
Insurance rates are on the rise, and now more than ever, every penny counts. With me, John Brooks at DFS Insurance, we can look over your coverages and find the right insurance carrier to help you keep your costs down. At DFS Insurance, I'm an independent agent, which allows me to offer a variety of different carriers to fit your needs. When you're ready for your free, no obligation quote, give me a call, and we'll get you on the path to the best and most affordable insurance you need with Dakota Financial Services.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Well, head coach John Brooks is going to use a timeout. He's got 2 remaining, 7-point deficit. For the Vermillion Tanagers, just make the Titans try to make a difficult inbound pass. We'll see if they use their half court here or going to spread things out. West is told she can run the baseline here. With 10 seconds remaining in the ball game, straight to Katie Vasika it went. And now reach and foul. So there's a draw-up play of make sure no one gets the basketball. But when you have Katie Vasika who runs the baseline and basically gets the handoff, that was a reverse, Cole, or even a jet sweep you could for football, and it worked perfectly. Free throw up for Katie Vasika. Connects with the first one. She has 6 in the quarter. 17 for the ball game. Again, the Titans going to move to 7-0 on the season and 2-0 in this region and also 4-0 in the DAC-12 as Vasika hits them both. Voss, pass to Jensen. Last second shot for her if she gets it off. She will, can't connect. And that is ball game. 51-42 is your final as the T-Area Lady Titans move to 7-0. 4-0 in the region. The Vermillion Tanagers fall to 4-2 overall and 3-1 in the DAC-12. We're going to step aside for just a quick break. When we come back, it's time for boys action, including head coach Drew Weber is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV. Farming today requires constant adjustment, innovation, and the right seed, and you'll find that with Pioneer Seed at Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. With the most advanced technologies and local experts, Dakota Seed and Service share in your hard work on the farm, adapting to an ever-changing industry. When you need the right seed, protection, and service, make it Dakota Seed and Services in Irene and Vermillion. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box. Will we make that quick transition? Let's hop right into the boys' game. As once again, the final on the girls' side, 51-42. The T-Area Lady Titans defeat the Vermillion Tanagers. Time to get to our boys' pregame show. Let's get straight to Drew Weber as he talks about his side 3-3 overall. They had 2 games during the Christmas break, and it's been the competition that has certainly proven difficult so far for this Titans team, but they're excited to get back inside the region. Here he is on our pregame show. It's head coach Drew Weber of the T-Area Titans. Vermillion Tanager is a big matchup when it comes to the Region 4A and, of course, the DAC 12, but let's take a look back so far at your season. Entering into tonight, 3-3 overall. I know this is a different T-Area Titans team, especially with the jump that you guys are going to be making up into AA. The past 2 years now, you have kind of switched around that schedule to play more AA teams, if you will. Play more competitive games than what you see maybe at the Class A or even seeing B teams. How has that been an adjustment once again this year, and how competitive has the season been for your group?
You're exactly right. It is. We play pretty much a 50-50 schedule, A and AA, and as you know very well, and as Vermillion fans know very well, those 10, 11 A games that we play in the DAC 12 are just as, pretty much all of those are just as tough as a lot of the AA teams that we play. So you're right. Our schedule is pretty tough, and we have done that for the last 2 or 3 years. This year being a little more extreme with the jump coming next year. With that said, it does give us an opportunity every single night to kind of find ourselves in a different type of battle. We're not really playing the same type of game very often. The AA games compared to the Class A games are a lot more physical, which actually is probably more of the type of team that we are, physical, defensive type team. The Class A games are a little more up and down. They're called a little bit tighter officiating, and the skill kind of takes over a little bit more in a lot of those Class A games. So it's a challenge. It's really a challenge in terms of the physicality. What you can get away with and what you can't get away with is what we've kind of learned over the last couple of years in those games. It's different every night, but it's something that we really hang our hat on, is that we play the toughest schedule that we possibly can play. Does it help us every single year? Maybe, maybe not, in terms of those power points, because you do lose some of those games a little more often when you're playing up than you do when you're playing down. But it certainly prepares us to be the best team we can be in March.
Well, you look at your team as well. We see a lot of seniors back once again for this group. Of course, a group that's just a tight-knit when it comes to your guys. I know you're an amazing coach as well that keeps this group really together. Who have you really leaned on here in these first 6 games? Who's been some key players and that you've been impressed with so far this season?
Well, you did nail it. This group is a very close-knit group. We have a group that just has always played well together. And that are close on and off the court, which is something that makes my job a lot easier in the winter. So our key guy is Sam Almas. He's our leading scorer. He was an all DAC 12 guy last year. He's a 3-year letter winner. He leads us at scoring right now around 20 a game. He's had some really big games, and against Dakota Valley and Dells early in the year, he was in the upper 20s. I think he might have scored 32 against Dakota Valley. Can't exactly remember, but he's our leading scorer. He kind of does a lot. He has the ball in his hands a lot. We're trying to alleviate some of the pressure that he gets on himself when he has the ball in his hands with all the extra attention. Really helping him the most is Justin Wiebinga. Justin is our other returning starter from last year's team. He averages around 12, 13 a game. Had a really nice game, 18-point game against O'Gorman right after Christmas break. He's just a real steady player for us. He does a little bit of everything. We need him to do a lot more scoring this year than we did last year, and he's really coming along with that. But he does a little bit of everything for us there. Marshall Smythe, our point guard, he was out since April with a labrum, missed all of football, missed all of our summer basketball. He's coming on strong now as we expected him to. He's kind of that third scoring option that we really need. He's had some ups and downs being a point guard, playing against other great point guards. We see great point guards every single night. And he's somebody that I think the second half of the season is really going to excel for us and really be our third main guy there that we need him to be. Right now, as a team as a whole, we're not shooting the ball nearly as well as we're capable of. And so we'll see some of that, that three-point luck change throughout the course of the year. But like I said at the beginning, we're a very physical defensive first team. And that's what we hang our hat on. And that will be really what determines our season success is how we defend.
Well, as you mentioned, it doesn't get any easier with your schedule when it comes to the DAC-12. Tonight it is the Vermillion Tanagers, a team that is also close together. A lot of guys that returned from a year ago. And what we've seen so far from this team is they might be undersized, if you will, but they can still battle for the boards. But their three-point shooting has also really been extremely good this season, which gets them to that 4-1 mark. What have you seen on film that you need to shut down from the Tanagers tonight?
Yeah, you're exactly right. This is a group Vermillion has that's going to win a lot of games over these next few years. A young team, very skilled. The three-point shooting is going to be definitely our number one key is how we defend the three-point line. Something that we haven't done overly great the last two games, which is uncharacteristic of us. So that's really going to be telling tonight, I think, for both teams is how if we're able to slow that three-point shooting down and if whether or not they're going to make a lot of shots. It seems so simple when you're talking hoops, it's about making shots, but it does have a big impact. What I like about this Vermillion team is that they're very deep, are very non-dependent on just one or two guys to do things. A very balanced attack. They have 4 or 5 guys that could easily score 20. Tonight if we don't do our job. Like I said, a younger group, like you said, not a huge team physically, but you can definitely tell that this team is going to win a lot of Class A basketball games here in the next couple of years with their youth and their talent.
Once again, that is head coach Drew Weber here on our pregame show, talking about the talent of this team that he has. Again, a boys team that comes in 3-3 overall, but they have played some of the toughest competition at the AA level and certainly are excited to get back within this region and within the DAC-12. It's time to get to our next interview. Head coach Jay Drake talks about the identity of this team and what he expects to see from this Titans team tonight. Here he is on our pregame show. It's head coach Jay Drake. Well, Jay, getting ready for a big game against the T-Area Titans after the Christmas break, the moratorium that we have to take. Of course, now the year 2024. And that brings me right into my first question because you, of course, know last year, right? We got our chance to make up the West Central game on December 30th. So you had a game during the Christmas break. And then we take New Year's then. And then all of a sudden, that T game in Thunder Alley gets moved up because of weather, but you at least had some time to adjust and get ready for the Titans. The game doesn't quite go your way. This year, you played your 5 games so far. We haven't missed anything. It's been nice. It's been great. But T on the opposite side comes in 3-3, but more specifically, they have played 2 games during this Christmas break, whereas your guys haven't played for quite some time. How much does that make you nervous of just shaking off the rust, and how much do you need to be ready to go in that first 30 seconds of this basketball game against the Titans?
Right, yeah, it's a huge concern, obviously. Like you said, in years past, we've had last year was the makeup game with West Central, but we had a stretch there, probably 7-8 years, where we did have a game over the break, whether it was the Pentagon Classic up in Sioux Falls for a few years. So it's one of those things. You're going to have to deal with it. We've been fortunate this year, obviously, with the weather. We've been able to get every game in so far and every practice, which we were dealing with it a lot last year of missing both practices and games. But with the layoff here, and it'll be 2 weeks ago tonight, we played Tri-Valley. And you don't want to say starting over here, but when you haven't played a game in a couple weeks, it can almost kind of feel like a game one all over again. Mm-hmm. And the big thing for us is you're right. If the other team's in the same boat, you can kind of live with it. But in T's sense, they played both O'Gorman last Thursday, I believe, and then Marshall on Friday.
Yep.
So they've gotten a couple games in to get kind of some of those, maybe some of the rust off from the moratorium and Christmas break. So for us, the one thing we've told our group is, either way, no one's going to look back here in a month and say, hey, that game on January 2nd, T had played a couple games, Vermillion hadn't. The bottom line is one of us is going to be the better team on January 2nd, and we know we're going to have to play extremely well. But like anything, it'll be very exciting just to get back in our gym, our second home game, girl-boy doubleheader, and obviously the girls' game, two of the better teams in Class A, and should be a good game, good crowd, good doubleheader, good high school atmosphere, and we expect to compete and give ourselves a chance.
Well, looking at the T area Titans, this is a very competitive group. A few DAC-12 players, all-state players, if you will, coming back from a year ago. It seems at times they've been extremely good that you watch film and say, okay, this is the player you need to pay attention to, and in the next game, they don't maybe put up the highest in numbers, or they're maybe not super consistent. So on film, who are you watching tonight that you really need to shut down for the Titans?
Yeah, they're pretty balanced. They got some depth. They'll play 8-9 guys, but obviously probably starts with the Almas kid who's been playing here for 3 years in their varsity rotation and helping them out. And I think in his opener this year, he had 32 against Dakota Valley down at their place. And he can score at different levels. Obviously, he can shoot the three, but can pull up and shoot a pull-up jumper and also get to the basket, and he's athletic. And at 6'2", 6'3", can do a lot of different things. But then, all three of the Weebinga boys, two of them start and played last year for him. But then the freshman kid, the younger brother, he also comes off the bench. And similar type players, all of them can shoot the three and can shoot it from deep. I forget which one's which, but I know the number 11 seems to be posting up a little bit more this year as well, and they're strong physical kids. And then you got some length inside and some height with the Williamson kid at 6'6", 6'7". So just that and the experience those guys bring, and then the Smite kids come in this year kind of playing the point guard, and Newberg off the bench, and the Conrad kid who's their quarterback in football is a sophomore, but he is, he just looks like a man with his body. So they've got good balance. They got a good mixture of inside, outside, and it's a big reason why we feel they're a top 10 Class A team, and they're a state tournament caliber team, and it's good for our guys to kind of see where we are at against an opponent like that.
Well, talking about an opponent, let's focus it back now on the Vermillion Tanagers. Who are the Tanagers? 4-1. I think you're starting to get a little of attention in the state, especially with the way you played so far, already 2-0, and the DAC-12 as well. But who are the Tanagers? Is this a team that is going to be contending in the top 4 of this region, or is this team a team that's still trying to find their identity?
Yeah, that's a big question. I think we did some nice things that first month of the season here and through our first 5 games. But it's also, something we've talked about as a team and with our athletes is that there are still a lot of question marks here. And one of the big things we kind of said from a year ago, we are inexperienced, and we've got some of that experience back, and we're gaining experience with some others and trying to kind of develop some depth. But we're in a situation here where, after last year, our big thing was we need to be better, not just in conference games, but also in our region games. We didn't fare well in our region regular season games last year, and we didn't fare well in our conference games. We were competitive in them, but from a win-loss standpoint, we didn't win our share or win enough. And off to a decent start. Obviously, we played one region opponent in Beersford, and like you said, the West Central Tri-Valley 2 conference games. But this is kind of a doubling up on this one tonight. With Key Area, it's a conference opponent, but also this is a region opponent, and a team just like us that we're all kind of battling here, trying to put ourselves in position late in the year where you're kind of hoping from a seeding standpoint to have a chance to at least host a first round game, being in the top 4 in our region, but maybe if you're lucky enough or do well enough in the regular season to host a couple games. So Key's a team with their schedule. They play a lot of AA opponents. And then you add the DAC-12 conference games, that they're well prepared every year, and yet they're a team that no doubt is going to be in the mix to be a top 4 team in our region and host a first round game. So from that standpoint tonight, it's huge because it's a huge swing game one way or the other, PowerPoint wise. And when you talk about us, we're still trying to figure out who we are. We've done some positive things, and yet this stretch coming up in January here, and it really gets going here over the next few weeks, and you're starting to get into more of a game rhythm. But we've got to see if we can compete with some of these better teams in our class.
Once again, that is head coach Jay Drake talking about the competition of Class A, this Region 4, and also the DAC-12. Where is his team at? 4-1 entering tonight. They are 2-0 in the DAC-12, but this game is a measuring stick. Let's meet the Tanagers and the Titans starting 5. We'll begin with the visitors, the Titans, which does include number 5, Sam Almas, the 6'3 senior guard. Number 11, Jessen Wiebenga, the 6'3 senior forward. Number 13, Garrett Wiebenga, the 6'2 senior forward. Number 21, Boston Williamson, the 6'6 senior center. And finally, number 33, Marshall Smythe, the 6'2 junior guard. For the Vermillion Tanagers, it is their same starting 5 that they have had so far this season. Cole Tweeten is back from injury and sickness, but Connor Warrig will get the start, the 5'11 senior guard. After that, it is number 22, Bryson Skogsberg, the 6'1 freshman guard. Number 23, Zone Robinson, the 6'1 senior guard. Number 24, Carter Hansen, the 6'3 junior guard. And finally, number 33, Trey Hansen, the 6'3 sophomore guard. The Tanagers, of course, coached by head coach Jay Drake, along with assistant coaches John Ruvers and Lewis Budmeyer. Again, Tanagers 4-1 overall, 1-0 within the region, and 2-0 in the DAC-12. The T Area Titans, as we reiterate, 3-3 overall, 1-1 within the region. Their loss coming against the undefeated Dakota Valley Panthers, and also 0-1, that Panther loss in the DAC-12. It's a very AA stacked schedule for the Titans. If you're just joining us, this is a Titans team that has played 2 games during the Christmas break on Thursday and Friday. Vermillion, it has been 2 weeks since they last beat the Tri-Valley Mustangs here inside the birdcage. That has been their only game during, I guess before the Christmas break. Boston Williamson and Carter Hansen meet in the Tanager logo for this doubleheader of the Region 4A and DAC-12 action. We are underway as the Titans will control, as they will bring it into the front court. Sam Almas, one of the big key players to watch tonight for the Titans. Both coaches talked about the tight-knit of these two teams. As a drive-in, this shot is off the mark for Smythe, and it's rebounded by the Tanagers. Here comes Vermillion, their first offensive possession. Carter Hansen has it, works it to Trey. Again, this was Trey's first varsity action last season against the Titans. May remember also the Titans took a 22-2 lead after quarter number 1 in that game last year as well. And the Titans, of course, never looked back from there. One of the worst, actually the worst offensive performance in Jay Drake's tenure at the Vermillion Tanagers. 3-pointer off the mark, bound for the rebound, pulled down by the Titans, back up, and easy bucket that time for Boston Williamson as he has the first points of the ball game. Quickly opposite way, transition. Vermillion loses the basketball. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Titans. And Boston Williamson, it will stay with Vermillion. Again, right now, one thing Vermillion is a little undersized with Williamson in there at 6'6". Vermillion does not have really one to match his size. Otherwise, it's pretty even across. Robinson, Rohrig to Skogsberg. Back to Robinson. Carter Hansen to Connor Rohrig. Back to Robinson. Robinson, drive baseline. Bounce pass to Skogsberg. He'll shoot the three. This one is off the mark. Excuse me, that was Rohrig who shot the three. 2-0, 6:27, first quarter. Almas has it, top of the key. So they work it around to Garrett, to Jessen, back to Almas. Three-pointer for him is off the mark. Rebounded by Trey Hansen, who quickly sprints in the front court, fakes one way, and it's 2 free throws upcoming as Jessen with the reach-in foul, his first personal and the first team foul. Cole, first 2 minutes of the ball game, thoughts so far?
Well, it is just about fast, if not even a little slower than I might have expected between these two squads. And Tanagers fighting through, being a little bit undersized, but so far getting decently lucky that T hasn't made any big buckets. Now they just need to try and get some better looks on the offensive end.
Hansen makes the first free throw. Second free throw is good as well for Trey Hansen. And we are tied 2-2, 6:05, first quarter. For a little bit of the press now here in the backcourt, making it tough for the Titans to get across the timeline, but they certainly do. And quickly, Garrett with the three-pointer in the corner is off the mark. Fight for the rebound as it's been aggressive so far on the boards. Kick back out, three-pointer. Jessen is off the mark. Punch it out to Sam Almas. And here come the Titans once again. Couple extra tries now here on this possession. Controlled with Jessen. Wants to go down underneath to Boston. Williamson. Still Williamson. Over the corner once again. Three-pointer. This one is good. No, foot is on the line for Marshall Smythe. So just 2 points for him. Do they call it a three-pointer?
Yep. They did.
And now a timeout from head coach Jay Drake. 5-2. 5:23 first quarter. The officials do come in to have a quick conversation with Drew Weber.
Yeah, Smythe, after that three-pointer, looked over the student section and gave him a little taunt-type deal, and we're going to get a verbal warning. Nothing official, but just on the player.
Probably just saying Happy New Year's.
I would be willing to bet everything that I own that it was not Happy New Year's.
5-2, 5:23 first quarter. Are you sure?
Positive.
I mean, he wouldn't say anything else, right?
I would bet everything I have that he said something else. He did not say Happy New Year to that Vermillion student section.
After the timeout, we're ready to go once again. 5-2, 5:23 first quarter. Cole Larsh, sitting to the right of me, I'm Heath Nimke. Great to have you tuned in here this evening for doubleheader action of the Region 4A and DAC 12 hoops. Again, last time these two teams will meet during the regular season, at least for some time, as with the Titans moving up to AA, it will come off the schedule, I've been told, as the Titans will play all of AA's schedule, and when they need to fill in the gaps, I'll be more, been told Sioux City teams is one they'll be looking at. The inbound, Trey Hansen gets the zone. Robinson back to Trey, and Trey hits the jumper. He has all 4 points so far for the Vermillion Tanagers, 5-4. Control with Jessen. Now work it with Smythe. Bounce pass inside. Jessen tries to go up with a shot, and it's going to be a jump ball is called as Rohrig had it tied up with Wiegenbaugh there. And it will be possession arrow that favors the Vermillion Tanagers, so Vermillion will have it. Zone defense in the backcourt that the Tanagers easily break. Corner pass from brother to brother. Carter drives in and is going to draw the foul. Nice job of moving the basketball away from the two defenders. Draw the contact. It's now the second team foul on the Titans. It's also the second. It's going to be called on Jessen. So he's going to have to come out of the basketball game. And Carter Hansen, first free throw is off the mark. So at best, he can tie the game. And we're going to see a couple substitutions as Brenner Conrad will check into the ball game. Also, Griffin, the younger brother, will check into the ball game for the Titans. Second free throw is off the mark for Carter Hansen. So after that, the Titans will stay with the lead, 5-4. And now pass is thrown away by Zone Robinson. Griffin tries to play tough defense, and it's an and-one opportunity as Zone Robinson is able to connect and draw the foul on Griffin Weembaugh, picking up the freshman's first. So Zone Robinson to put it up by a 2-point lead. Free throw is up and good. So Zone Robinson, 3 points here in the ball game, 7-5. Tanagers have their first lead of this game as well. Wiegand drives in, almost turns it over, then it's lost by Conrad and it goes out of bounds. And it'll be Vermillion basketball. Cole, as you mentioned, this one hasn't been maybe as quick. A lot of stop and go basketball so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of different than what we saw last year, but also last year T was such a good offensive team that they could go up the floor in 3 seconds and kick it out to somebody for a wide open three every possession.
Trey Hansen drives in the lane, and they're going to call a jump ball. He was hoping for a foul called. Now, the Titans never really did tie it up there. Were able to make Trey never able to get a shot. Possession arrow favors the way the Titans, by the way. That's why they have the basketball. 7-5, 3:52 first quarter. Into Almas, and he never got it cleanly. Quickly the opposite way. Zone Robinson at the block, and Robinson keeps doing it. It's the spin move. It's the spin move that always gets him in trouble. Yep. And again, officials just aren't going to deal with it. Jay Drake is going to give his business on how that's not a travel, but it's just not going to work out.
Again, like I said earlier in that girls' game, it is a point of emphasis for the referees this year. And when the referees are analyzed at the end of the season, they're analyzed on how often or how well they call the point of emphasis for the year. So you're going to see it more often this season.
Missed three-pointer by Almas, but gets it back after the offensive rebound from the Titans. Another missed shot, but another offensive board. Three-pointer is good as Smythe is able to hit in the corner. He has 5 points, 8-7. Titans back up by 1. Drive in, hook shot is good that time for Bryson Skogsberg. He has 2 points, 9-8. 2:57 first quarter. Almas over the corner, three-pointer. This one is going to rattle in and out, but another O-board and a foul called against Bryson Skogsberg. His first personal and the first team foul.
6 offensive rebounds so far in the ball game for T.
Wow. Another substitution for T as well as they're using their bench effectively here. 9-8. 1 point lead for the Vermillion Tanagers. Inside, up with the shot, but couldn't get the fall was Conrad, but another opportunity. Missed shot, another offensive rebound. Almas drives down the block, gets by Cole Tweeten, but then a foul is called against Tweeten, and it'll be free throws upcoming. So Almas to at least tie up the basketball game, if not take the lead. That's 8 offensive rebounds already for the T-Area Titans here in quarter number 1. Free throw is off the mark for Almas. So at best now, the Titans can only tie the ball game. 9-8, 2:33 here in quarter number 1. Second free throw, this one is good. For Sam Almas, it's his first point of the ball game. 9-9, 2:28 first quarter. Carter Hansen over to Robinson. To Bryson Skogsberg, pump fakes, now a shoot the three. This one is off the mark, and whoa. Took a high deflection. Now, it never hit the iron either. So the shot clock did not reset as Vermillion got the basketball back. Robinson at the free throw line, misses, and gets back somehow his own missed shot, misses again, gets it back again, and will just kick it deep to Skogsberg. Catch and shoot three, he leaves it short, and finally the Titans come away with the basketball. Low scoring one, very hit and miss. Again, we see more rebounds for both teams than we have made buckets so far, and now Almas loses it out of bounds.
11 combined offensive rebounds, and we've seen 18 points.
Wow. Bryson Skogsberg will take a seat. Landon Cerny will check into the ball game. So Jay Drake has now gone to his bench early, bringing in the two common subs, if you will. Cole Tweeton has it down underneath, backing his way in, but his shot is blocked from behind. And it will stay with the Tanagers, as it was last touched by Conrad on the block shot. Trey Hansen inbounds it to Zone Robinson. Robinson puts up a shot, misses. Offensive board though, Cole Tweeton is able to score. That's his first points off the bench. Vermillion back up by 2, 11-9, 1:15 first quarter. Almas at the free throw line, puts up the shot, misses. But the Titans are going to get it back. Straight out three, good by Almas. He now has 4 points in the ball game. 12-11, 57 seconds. Trey Hansen tries to draw the foul, can't do so, and it's going to be rebounded by the Titans with a 1-point lead. As it's Smythe who drives into the front court. Slows up the offense, looking for someone to pass to. Will go to Griffin. Over to the corner they work. The block drive all the way in. The high shot by Jack Qualsat. The senior guard gets his first 2 points of the ball game. 14-11, 23 seconds remaining in this quarter. Not high scoring, but certainly a battle in quarter number one. Trey Hansen has it, just out there at the Tanager logo, and the Titans playing the tight defense. Still at Trey Hansen, he's got 4 seconds to Carter. Tries to let defenders jump by him and puts up the off-balance shot. It's off the mark. And that is the end of quarter number one. 14-11. The Titans lead it as we move to the second quarter. That comes up in 60 seconds here on Live Ticket TV.
If you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer, Merce Appliance, downtown Vermillion. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. (14-11) as we start the second quarter here inside the Birdcage. Welcome along, Live Ticket TV, along with Cole Larsh. I'm Heath Nimke. The TE Area Titans begin with the basketball. We start this second quarter. It's a close one so far, just as we expected. Pull up three. This one's off the mark, puts another offensive rebound. 13 for the Titans, make it 14 offensive rebounds. Three-pointer is off the mark, and it's rebounded by Trey Hansen. Well, Cole, we knew Vermillion's size would play a factor, and we're certainly starting to see that so far. First time we've really seen that this season.
Yeah, I mean, most games they've been a little bit outsized, but nothing quite like this. I mean, you just look at the whole roster for T. I mean, just standing out there, it looks like everybody's taller. And 11 offensive rebounds given up. Usually in these games, you see them give up 2 or 3. I think they just need to start almost using Vermillion, using their own size to their advantage. Start boxing out, getting a little lower, get some leverage before going up for these rebounds, because you're not able to out-jump everybody on T.
Second free throw is good as Trey Hansen hits them both. He has 6 points, and Vermillion trails by 1. So as many offensive rebounds as points for the T area Titans here in the ball game. Qualseth has it. Over to Almas. As it's back to the top. Drive in, and a charge was taken. As Garrett Wiebengut tried to make the pass and draws the foul instead. Picking up his first personal and the second team foul. 14-13, 7-12. Here in the second quarter. Trey Hansen gets it over to Connor Roehrig. Inside to Bryson Skogsberg. Flips it back out to Zone Robinson. No look pass to Roehrig. Catch and shoot 3 is off the mark. Rebounded by Sam Almas. Almas, Qualseth, back to Sam. Guarded closely by Carter Hansen. Almost daring him to shoot the 3. Back now to Qualseth. To the top with Boston Williamson. The Titans did not come out in their starting 5. Only a couple of them out there right now. Conrad tried to do the reverse layup. It's off the mark. And Vermillion, 90 seconds into this second quarter, trailing by 1. Carter Hansen has no space to work as it's shut down. Gets it to his younger brother, Trey. Trey, tough shot, puts one up, off the mark. Rebounded by Conrad. Jack Qualseth into the front court. Open look, three-pointer, can't hit it. Rebounded by Bryson Skogsberg, and then a reach-in foul by Conrad from behind. It's now the third team foul. And Conrad will pick up his first personal. 14-13, 6:01, second quarter. 5:57. Again, this one has been very choppy, if you will. Zone Robinson makes his move inside, and this shot is good. And Robinson now has 5 points here in the ball game, and the Tanagers take back a 1-point lead. To the baseline, feed it back out as they get it to Jessen. Now over to Smythe. Smythe along the baseline, kicks it to Jessen in the corner. Jessen will drive, put up the easy look. Trey let him have the shot, but couldn't get the fall. And Bryson Skogsberg, the assist to Zone Robinson. Nice job there by Bryson Skogsberg to keep the eyes up the court and make the easy assist. And Vermillion now up by 3, 17-14. And now a pass that deflects off the knee of Carter Hansen and goes out of bounds. It will stay with the Titans. So the Titans and Jessen to inbound right in front of the student section. Control now with Smythe. Kick it over to the near wing with Garrett. Garrett picks up his dribble to Almas. Almas was one to make the move. Back out three-pointer. This one off the mark for Smythe. And quickly in the front court comes Trey Hansen. Pumps the brakes. Thought about shooting the 3. Decides not to take it. Back to Trey. Now he will. And this one off the front of the iron and rebounded by Boston Williamson. Connor Roehrig went in there making sure it wasn't going to be an easy board. Still a 3-point lead for the Tanagers with 4:30 remaining in the game. Remaining in this first half. To Almas as he works it now to Boston Williamson. Back to Almas. Almas the left-handed dribble to the block. Kick back out as his space was cut off. Smythe at the elbow. Jumper off the mark. Rebounded by the Tanagers. And Zone Robinson will put his head down as he moves into the front court. Still Robinson. Tries to make the last-second pass to Skogsberg in the corner. To Trey Hansen. Trey Hansen pump fakes the 3. Will drive in. Easy bucket for him. Trey Hansen, 8 points in the ball game, and a timeout called by Drew Weber will step aside. Biggest lead for the Tanagers. We're back in 30 seconds here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. Since 1966, Louis Cleaning and Restoration has served the Vermillion and Southeast South Dakota area with high-quality work and even higher-quality customer service. At Vermillion's oldest cleaning and restoration company, they pride themselves on providing the best service with friendly, knowledgeable staff. They specialize in cleaning, offering extensive cleaning services with high-powered equipment at an affordable price. Check out their website for a full list of services they offer. And next time you need it clean, call Louis Cleaning and Restoration. Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. Did you do anything exciting to ring in the new year?
No.
You didn't watch the ball drop?
No.
Why do you have such a quizzical look on your face?
I don't know.
I don't know, Cole. That's
I was recovering from 16 basketball games in 3 days. That's what I was doing.
So you didn't watch the ball drop? You didn't do anything exciting?
No.
Newsflash, Cole Larsh has a very boring New Year's Eve.
You're right. Because the 3 days before, I was stuck inside the Corn Palace, and I just wanted to sleep in my own bed.
You could have slept in your own bed, watch the ball drop, and then go to bed.
No. Then I have to get up out of bed and get back into bed. No, not happening. Not a chance.
Don't you have a TV in your room?
No, it's it's down here, dog.
Okay. 19-14 as we come out of the timeout from Drew Weber, and a nice drive that time by Jessen. Attacks Cole Tweeten, and Cole Tweeten commits the foul, his first personal. First team foul of this quarter. It will result, though, in free throws. And Jessen will shooting free throws, trying to draw it within a one-possession game. First free throw is good. Jessen, it's his first points as well here of the ball game. 19-15, 3:49, second quarter. Getting game number one, the T-Area Lady Titans got the win over the Vermillion girls, 51-42. Quick substitution as Jessen will come out and Garrett will check in. 19-16, 3:46. Vermillion Tanagers with a 3-point lead. Again, it has been choppy so far as both teams have had looks, haven't necessarily scored a whole lot. Skogsberg to Tweeten, and Skogsberg took a third step. He thought it was his second, but commits the travel. And it will be Titan basketball. Vermillion doesn't want to let the Titans get easily into front court. Titans still have it in the backcourt. Now a pass that's almost turned over, and finally do so. Just a second to spare there for the Titans as they got it across the timeline. Almost now has it along the near wing. Kick to the top and moving around the perimeter to Smythe, to Conrad. Back to Almas, catch and shoot three for him. Gets it. Sam Almas now 7 points in the ball game, and we're tied 19-19. 3:01, second quarter. Bryson Skogsberg, the drive, puts up an off-balance shot, but got the go. He has 4 points in the ball game. 21-19, 2:47, second quarter. Garrett trying to find some space. Pass to Conrad is incomplete. Here come the Tanagers the opposite way. Zone Robinson gets the pass from Carter Hansen. And Vermillion right back up to a 4-point lead with back-to-back buckets. Almas to Conrad. Want to make a pass, it's going to be stolen away by Zone Robinson and then goes out of bounds as he tried to hold on to it. Last touched by Zone, and it will stay with the Titans. No, now they change it, and they will say last touch with the Titans, and it will be Vermillion basketball. You okay over there?
Yeah, I was hoping for a replay, and I clicked the button, and obviously didn't click the button good enough, so nothing came up. So I missed it.
23-19, 2:21. Quick substitution as Conrad will come out. Boston Williamson will check back in for the Titans.
You ever seen the movie Monsters, Inc.?
Yeah, I was actually
23-19.
Well, that was a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
Is that the code for a human, right?
Yeah.
Or was it when there's clothing on that?
Well, the first time it was a sock.
Three-pointer, good by Trey Hansen. He's got 2 socks on tonight. And Trey Hansen, with that 3, now has 11 points in the ballgame.
Are we sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I do see 2 socks on it. I did double check. 3-pointer the opposite way, good. Was that Griffin? It was, who was able to hit the 3. It's his first points of the ball game. Sometimes I rock a sock and no sock. Usually when I'm going to sleep, though. Skokesberg, the 3-pointer. This one rattles in and out. Boston Williamson with the rebound for the Titans. 4-point lead for Vermillion. Under 90 seconds left before halftime. Deep 3 from Almas knocks it down. Sam Almas, his 3rd 3 of the basketball game. He now has 10 points, and the Titans are within 1. 26-25. Carter Hansen over to Rohrig. Rohrig, the drive, puts up the off-balance shot. It just does not fall. This side of the hoop tonight has been the unfavorable side. We saw it during the girls' game as well. Too many guys trying to dunk on it. Boston Williamson knocked over Bryson Skogelsberg. And Boston will be tagged for a foul, his first, the 4th team foul. There'll be bonus for Vermillion. Next foul, if we get to that mark. Only 51 seconds remaining in the ball game. Trey Hansen will bring it across the timeline. Over to Rohrig. Carter Hansen at the free throw line. Back out to Trey. He'll shoot the deep 3. This one out. Once again, Vermillion just has not been able to hit a lot of 3s here on this hoop. We'll see if the law of averages picks up for him. And now open underneath. Driving Griffin is going to get fouled against Skogelsberg. And it will be Griffin to be shooting free throws to see if the Titans can't take the lead before halftime. I apologize, the foul not against Skogelsberg, but instead Trey Hansen picking up his first. Free throw was good by Griffin. He's got 4 points in this second quarter. Free throw to take the lead. Connects with it, and the Titans lead it by 1 with 24.6 remaining here before halftime. It'll be Zone Robinson to inbound it for the Vermillion Tanagers. Gets it to Trey Hansen. Back to Robinson. Back to Trey Hansen. Back to Zone Robinson. To Rohrig, as Vermillion now has it in the front court with 14 seconds. Trey Hansen continues to look up at the scoreboard to watch the clock. Trey gets it back to Zone Robinson. Kick out to Carter. Catch and shoot 3 for him. This one is off the mark. Rohrig gets it back, and he's stripped as he tries to go up with it. Contact is made, and it's bonus time. So free throws upcoming. It's the second foul on Garrett. Again, bonus. So that's the 5th on the Titans. So Rohrig will have a chance to tie it up, even take the lead for the Vermillion Tanagers right before halftime. First free throw is good. First point as well for Connor Rohrig. Second free throw. This one is off the mark, and that will do it. We go to halftime. It's 27-27. Coming up, we'll see if we can't catch up with head coach John Brooks and get our first half statistics and more. That is on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live.
Core Cares helps individuals stay at home by offering caregiving, nursing, and medical alert systems in over 55 communities in South Dakota. Specializing in tasks like bathing, meal prep, and medication setups, our well-trained staff delivers exceptional care. We invest in our team through customized training and comprehensive benefits. To learn more about job opportunities or services, visit our website at corecares.com. Core Cares, proudly serving our community.
Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Aberdeen is the place to stay for business or the weekend family getaway. You'll feel right at home with ample parking, spacious guest rooms, and complimentary breakfast. And with a convenient location, you'll have easy access to local attractions and events in the area. While staying at the Best Western Ramkota, guests can enjoy an indoor water play land, an on-site Minerva's restaurant, exercise facility, wedding services, and a business center. For friendly service and a great stay, make your reservation today.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Birds like tanagers are great at flying out of the way to miss your car. Deer and other drivers are not. If you're in any kind of accident, bring your vehicle to Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. We repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition and handle the entire process from start to finish, including an accurate estimate and dealing with the insurance adjuster. So good luck to the tanagers, and if you're in an accident, bring your vehicle to
Blaine's Body Shop. Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Agraria Insurance Company, protecting what's important in life. Contact your local Agraria Insurance Company agent.
Jensen Kennels is your safe place to take your dog while you're away. They have over 7,000 square feet of indoor run space and outdoor play yards. They pride themselves in providing enrichment both mentally and physically for all types of dogs. And speaking of size, Jensen Kennels can host any size of dog, from the smallest Boston Terrier to the largest Great Dane. To find out the full services Jensen Kennels offers, check out their website and Facebook pages. Next time you need your dog to stay in a safe, fun environment, make it Jensen's Kennels.
Do you have a pest problem? Got bats, ants, termites? Family owned and operated, Olson's Pest Technicians have had over 50 years experience taking care of pest problems in places across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa. Utilizing brilliant methods such as Centricon bait stations for termites and Vicane treatment for bed bugs. There's no pest too tough for Olson's Pest Technicians. If you have pest problems, call 800-KILL-BUGS.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the 27-27 at halftime between the Vermillion Tanagers and the T-Area Titans. We have our first half statistics coming up here in just a moment, but let's get to our interview with the Vermillion Tanager girls basketball team. Taylor Roovers joins us. Taylor, a tough night when it comes offensively for the girls. You got the shots, just weren't able to fall. What was it about the Titans defense tonight that just made some things a little bit difficult for the group offensively?
I mean, there was nothing special. It's just we had a hard time moving the ball sometimes, but in the third quarter, I feel like we did really good on that. And defensively for us, I think we did really good.
You talk defensively about what you did with the Titans. They score 51 points tonight. They averaged 68 a ball game. There's a lot of good things to look back at this game and say, hey, you know what? Those are some positives to build on. What was Coach John Brooks' message to the girls after the game about your defensive performance?
I mean, I think it was all of our effort. We did really well. Janae did really well on Basika, and Brooke did really good on Maya Grant. And I just feel like we didn't stop down. Yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned that third quarter comeback there. All of a sudden you take the lead. They hit some shots late there in the third quarter to take back the lead as we went to the fourth quarter. But how exciting was it to get on that run and all of a sudden take back the lead?
Yeah, it was very exciting.
Well, something else that's impressive from you was you come onto the scene as a 7th grader last year, now an 8th grader. Do you feel a little bit more normal playing varsity basketball? Is this still something new to you? How do you feel playing as an 8th grader at the varsity level?
I just feel a little bit more confident. I mean, I have all my teammates around me to, like, I don't know. the same, I feel like.
You weren't nervous at all, knowing that you were going to be the main point guard this year to run the offense? Did that make you nervous at all, or you just...
Not really. I just try to clear that all out of my head.
Well, I say basketball is in the blood, and you look extremely confident out there. You guys now have to bounce back against Parkston on Friday. How important is it to go beat the Trojans in Parkston?
Yeah, very important, and we've never lost to them, so I feel like a good road win.
Now, I know Christmas was a little over a week ago. Did you get everything you wanted for Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't have to
very grateful.
I still don't have to bug your mom or dad about anything you didn't
No.
get? Okay, I'll say if you need me to, I can do it. Taylor, thanks for the interview.
Yeah.
Let's go get the Trojans on Friday, all right?
Thank you.
There she is. Taylor Roovers here on our halftime show. Has a 27-27 right now at halftime. We're going to catch up with head coach John Brooks here in just a moment. Cole Larsh, though, while we have a quick moment, let's go over stats. I'll let John Brooks take a breather while he gets on over here. What do you have from us first half statistics-wise?
Yeah, I mean, just you're going to see a lot of offensive rebounds in the ballgame. Obviously, 27-27 your score. T was led by Sam Almas with 10 and 6 rebounds that will go down the roster numerically. Qualseth with 2, Jessen Wiebinga with 2 and 2 rebounds. Brenner Conrad had 4 rebounds, including 3 offensive rebounds. Boston Williamson, 2 points, and Marshall Smythe with 6 on both threes for their 27. Also, Griffin Wiebinga with 5. T area 14 in the first and 13 in the second for their 27. Now for the Tanagers, Rohrig with 1, Skogsberg with 4. Zone Robinson 9 points, 3 boards, an assist, and 2 steals. Trey Hansen 11 points, 4 rebounds and a steal, and Cole Tweeten with 2 points and a rebound. Vermillion 11 in the first and 16 in the second quarter. Still at halftime here, 27-27. A good game here on the boys' side. Just caught up with Taylor Roovers here at halftime, talking a little bit of girls basketball action. Now joining with the head coach, John Brooks. Coach, I think you and I can both agree the looks were there. They just didn't fall tonight for the squad. Was it even, I don't want to say confidence wasn't gone, because in the third quarter, all of a sudden the shots started to fall. What was it about tonight? Things just didn't seem to go the way for the girls in hitting the shots.
Yeah, I'd love to say it was maybe the 2-week break that we just came off of and kind of our first game action again, but unfortunately we've had a little trouble finishing inside all year, and it's kind of been an Achilles heel for us. And it's what we talked about after the game with the girls. I thought our defense for the most part was really good. I thought we defended Vasika very well. Janaea had a heck of a game against her. Brooke against Grant, and those two are going to get their points. I mean, they're going to get their rebounds. They're too good, but they're averaging 68 points a game. We held them to 51. We held Vasika underneath her average. The effort, the defense was there. And we just missed too many layups, too many bunnies inside. And in a game like this, you got to make those. Yeah, certainly so. And as you mentioned, defensively great. And even offensively, in that third quarter, everything swung your way. You hold them scoreless until the final 50 seconds of that third quarter. What was it about the third that everything just seemed to go right for your team? Well, we said we got to start scoring the basketball. You can only hold that team down for so long, and if we're going to continue to miss shots inside and miss free throws, we're not going to win. And we have a competitive group, and they came out and played a great third quarter. And really, you think you kind of got all the momentum, and then Vasika kind of sucks it out of you right at the end of the third quarter with a quick little 5-0 run and hitting a buzzer beater. But, man, we're sitting there at the end of the third quarter down 2 and feeling really good where we're at. And then legs just kind of went dead there in the fourth quarter, and we're just unable to get the ball in the hoop. We talked about in the pregame show, offensively, you were looking for maybe one of those two girls to really find their identity in these big games. It felt like that, once again, didn't show up. How much of an emphasis does that need to be for you and the coaching staff? Yeah, we kind of talked about before the game, and we said, hey, big games, we need big players to step up in our big games. And I thought Brooke really rebounded well inside. I thought she did a good job battling in the paint. And, we got 3 to double figures, and we were just a little short offensively tonight, and but we can't fault the looks. We like we thought we got the ball inside pretty well. We didn't rush things. We didn't turn the ball over. None of the stuff like that. We just didn't make as many as we needed to. But we told our girls we got 14 games left.
Yeah.
Long ways to go. We're going to continue to get ourselves back in game shape and get our legs underneath of us, and it's just about moving forward to the next one.
You lose against them. I mean, the 2 losses comes against Crofton, right? Undefeated so far. They've been impressive what they're going to do in Nebraska. And you and I would both agree, one of the top 3 teams in Class A, the T-Area Titans. I mean, certainly nothing to hang your hat on when it comes to losses. I mean, these have just been super competitive teams. You do have the Parkston Trojans, though. It's always time to rebound. That game coming up on Friday in Parkston. You know the history with the Trojans. They've always been a tough team for your squad. What do you expect to see from them?
Another undefeated team. I think they were 6 or 7-0 going into the night, and I saw that they were beating Hanson by 20, and Hanson was undefeated heading into the night and has a really good team. So love to go in the locker room or show up to practice until tomorrow and tell our girls it's going to get a whole lot easier, but it's just not. It's just going to keep pounding on top. We're in a really, really tough stretch with our schedule right now, so we don't have any time to hang our head. We got to get ourselves ready in practice and on the road to Parkston on Friday.
Coach, let's rebound and go get the Trojans on Friday, all right?
All right, thanks, Heath.
There he is, head coach John Brooks here on our halftime show. And as we begin the third quarter as well, both teams offensively have had an opportunity but have not been able to score. Now, Titans did get another offensive rebound, a common theme for them in that first half. And they have another opportunity here as it's drive in by Jess and tried to get to Boston Williamson. Gets right by his hands, and it will be Vermillion basketball, 27-27, 7:09 here in the start of the third quarter. Again, thank you to the head coach, John Brooks, Taylor Roofers. Cole, man, Taylor's got a great head on her shoulders as an 8th grader. Good interview from her as well.
Yeah, well, especially when you're not nervous at all, being the starting point guard for a team that only lost twice last year. She's like, no, just another day playing basketball.
Yep.
That's unbelievable to me.
Carter Hansen has it knocked away. Trey picks it up as he tries to go up with a shot. He's fouled. And will be headed to the free throw line. Head coach Drew Weber can't believe it, and he's looking at who the foul is drawn on. It will be against Boston Williamson, picking up his 2nd personal. Again, the first team foul against the T-Area Titans, and Vermillion has a chance to take a lead. Adam Shoresman, the girls basketball coach for the T-Area Titans, had a pretzel, now eating some popcorn. I mentioned that because I am hungry.
What are you hungry for, Heath?
Pizza. Trey Hansen hits them both. He has 13 points in the ball game. Insider joke, we've been talking about pizza, or at least Heath has, this entire ball game. Missed 3-pointer by, that time, Garrett for the Titans. And Cole, it's going to be interesting as we see Trey Hansen drive and a charge taken, that time by the Titans, as Garrett answers right back. Trey picks up his 2nd personal. But Cole, we seem that this near hoop for us just has not been able to have shots fall tonight, and so far the Titans are now cursed by it to start this third quarter.
Yeah, it was interesting in that first game. I mean, it just seemed like when T came down here, they couldn't score on it. All of a sudden, they put 1 in late in the third. They're like, okay, let's put in 4 more before the third quarter ends. Yeah, just have not seen a lot of luck on this hoop. Maybe it's a little off balance. You never know.
Cole, do you remember what game last year we played with a broken rim, and it was acknowledged before the game even started that it was broken, but we went with it anyways?
Oh, my. Which one was it?
Boston Williamson inside. Can't hit.
It was here.
No, it wasn't here. I'll give you a hint. We didn't call the game.
Oh, that's right. It was at the Hanson Classic in the Corn Palace. That's right.
That's right.
I do remember that.
Foul on the Titans. That's Jessen picking up his 3rd personal on the 2nd team foul. Zone Robinson will be shooting free throws. And again, during that game, it was acknowledged before even the game started that the rim was broken. But it wasn't enough off-kiltered, if you will. It was just cracked on the bottom. So they said by the time they fixed it, it would take too long. And now, as I say that, we got a technical.
Technical foul on Jessen Wiebinga walking past the official.
He had to have said something.
I don't think it was the fact that he said it at the official, but he said it towards the bench about the official. One of the naughty. So here's what we're going to happen. We're going to get 3 uncontested free throws from Robinson. He'll shoot the one. No, he'll shoot the one that he has.
Yep.
Because this has happened this happened about 7 times at the Hoop City Classic, I think.
You can switch out your free throw shooter for
True.
technicals.
If they want to stick with Robinson, somebody else will shoot. But if they stick with him, he'll shoot his 1. They'll bring in somebody or stick with him for 2. And then Vermillion to get the ball back at half court.
And Justin, by the way, goes to 4 personal fouls.
Yes.
And goes to 3 team fouls as well. So, I mean, that's a huge technical. Is now in back-to-back games, we have seen the visitor pick up a technical as well. And now, Drew Weber is getting more of an explanation here. Sam Almas, in the end, is going to check back in. So the free throw is good by Zone Robinson on his second for what he was shooting. Oh, no, that was his first, wasn't it?
No, that was his second. Did he make the first? So now they bring in Trey Hansen for the 2 technical free throws.
No, he missed his first, by the way. And Trey Hansen hits them both. So, an interesting sequence of events. Drew Weber still wants more of an explanation. He's like, I need this. And now they're going to bring in the official that called the technical. And I think he's maybe making the case, maybe for Justin, that it wasn't directed at an official. I'm not for sure here, Cole.
But
you can't just pull back a technical. And
no,
say,
but I think he's trying to get the explanation on how the... Okay, now they're changing something because they're talking to the official book. And now, I
don't think anything changed.
Maybe they didn't change. Maybe they're just confirming.
I think they are.
Anyway, Vermillion has the ball at half court with a fresh 35 shot clock.
And Vermillion goes 3 of 4 from the free throw line to now go up by 5, which is their biggest lead. And a pass to Carter Hansen stolen away by Sam Almas, and he makes it. Good response back there by the Titans. Sam Almas with 12 points. But again, in back-to-back games now, we have seen technicals called on the visitors, which is just so rare, it seems like, at high school level anymore. Bounce pass inside the zone, Robinson, and it's going to be another quick turnover. So the technical either plays in your favor and gives you a lot of momentum, or Vermillion just kind of answers back with a couple bad turnovers. And the Titans have their chance to stay in it. And now a whistle called against Bryson Skogsberg, getting a little handsy, picking up his second personal and the second team foul.
That's just more proof you weren't at the 30 games in 3 days at the Hoop City Classic. I think we saw 10 technicals called.
What are you guys doing over there? You guys beating each other up?
There was a double tech called at half court, and they're just about fist thrown, I thought.
3-pointer off the mark for Almas. Trey Hansen almost lost it. And Carter Hansen wide open on the other end lets Almas jump from behind. And then Boston Williamson just commits a silly foul. If Sam's not going to get the block, he can't go up from behind. So Carter Hansen, his first bucket, Cole, of the ball game. And it's going to be an and one opportunity. It's also the 4th team foul on the Titans. Boston picks up his 3rd personal. And now we have a couple Titans a little bit in the foul trouble. Luckily, they can use their bench. As it is deep, Carter Hansen completes the and one opportunity, and now a timeout called from head coach Jay Drake. Cole, this has been an interesting first 3 minutes to start this 3rd quarter.
I can't believe only 3 minutes have passed with how much stuff we had to deal with. I mean, again, not at all the direction I saw this game going. I thought it was going to be fast, back and forth and back and forth. I believe I'm safe in saying this. It has been the complete opposite of that. It's been slow. There's been a lot of offensive rebounds back and forth, a lot of whistles, not just fouls, but just out of bounds and turnovers. Yeah. It's just not what I was expecting, I guess, coming into this game. Remembering last year's game and how fast it was.
It's just historically, if you follow the Titans or anything that you've seen with Vermillion so far this season, I mean,
right,
Vermillion has been a run and gun offense, if you will, at times. I mean, shoot, Cole, you go back to that first game, we made the reference, it felt like pickup basketball against South Sioux City because we were just catching, throwing up a 3, and it's like, hey, what, you missed, I'm going to go do that the opposite way. 35-29 after the timeout from head coach Jay Drake. Titans have it as they get in the front court, trying to get to Conrad, and goes out of bounds. That's what we're talking about. It's that pass that goes through the hands of Conrad, and just all of a sudden, clock stops.
I think one of the things that's kind of attributed to it is both teams are in a press. Vermillion, if I remember correctly, in a 2-2-1. T in a 1-2-2, a zone press is why I'm saying those numbers. And zone presses are more designed to slow things down, trap when you can. Now, in the last game, we saw a lot of man pressure, and that is designed to speed things up and maybe try and trap them, but mostly just to speed them up. That's another reason why this game's been so slow.
Ball lost out of bounds, and it's going to be picked up by Conrad as a couple of guys were on the ground, but no one had it tied up. They get in the front court with Smythe. Try and get him over to Almas, and Carter jumps the pass, knocks it out of bounds. And it'll be Titan basketball. Inbound to Smythe. 4:31, third quarter. It's Griffin who has it for the Titans. The Titans trailing by 6, which is their biggest deficit here of the ball game. Smythe wants to get it back to Griffin, but will keep himself drive, misses. Picked up by Bryson Skogsberg. It's a 2-on-1. Skogsberg will attack himself, and a foul called. That's Drew Weber, by the way. That's the one screaming. He is frustrated, and a very non-animated coach, if you will. He just mainly paces up and down with his arms crossed. Gonna see another substitution, as that's also the 5th team foul. Vermillion continues to struggle from the free throw line.
Really?
Yeah, this quarter they have.
I have them 5 for 6 this quarter.
That's the second miss right there, at least.
Okay, yeah, there's a really good chance that I'm way off on those.
So they missed at least 3. You miss a technical. Skogsberg just goes 0 of 2. 35-29.
I have it 10 for 14 from the game. 5 for 8 this quarter.
We gotta look at your stats there.
Yeah, I don't even know why I said them. They're way off. I can already tell.
Missed 3-pointer. Now, did you get the official stats for the girls' game?
What? The DAX stats? No.
Yeah. Oh, we better get you those.
I'm not important enough to get those emails, I guess.
Well, Coach Zeller is down there doing them for you. So after the game, if you want those, you could probably get them. I should probably check to see if she emailed them to me. Another foul called. It's the 6th team foul by the Titans, but it's the 5th, if you will, at this point. So bonus, free throws. Trey Hansen shoots the first one and makes it. He's got 16 points for the ball game. How many points you got for him?
16.
Okay, we're on the same page there. Just checking.
And 11 for 15 from the free throw line in the game.
Okay. Yep, Joey Zeller sent me the girl stats. So we'll get you the boy stats later. How's that sound?
Whatever, man.
Hansen,
you do whatever you please over there.
Hansen hits them both. He has 17 points for the ball game. Tanger's now up by 8, which is their biggest lead of the ball game. By the way, the Titans have only scored 2 points here in this quarter. A pass that almost was too high. Almost now has it in the corner. 3-pointer is off the mark and rebounded by Carter Hansen. 3:21, third quarter. Again, very choppy of a basketball game inside. And this one good with a left-handed shot for Carter Hansen. He has 5 points in the quarter. And Vermillion now up by 10. Jay Drake starting to get into it a little bit, trying to encourage his guys. Sam Almas, as they work it to the near side. Paul Seth steps back, now inside they go to Griffin. Back out to Smythe, he'll shoot a 3, another missed 3 opportunity. Rebound by Almas, he goes up with it and gets it. Sam Almas continues to be big in this ball game. He has 14 points. And now a timeout for the Titans. We'll step aside, we're back in 30 seconds here on Live Ticket TV.
If you are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills, we'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermillion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. I thought you were holding it out for Knuckles there. No, you didn't.
I was doing what I do every commercial break, which is give you a thumbs up when we're back from break.
Let's give you some Knuckles.
Every break I've done that this year. Every single one.
39-31. Great to have you along here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanagers Live. I guess Cole didn't want Knuckles there at the break.
I'm getting bullied up here, everybody.
Zone Robinson gets it to Trey Hansen out of the timeout break as both teams, Drew Weber playing a little bit tougher of defense now, getting all over the Tanagers. Three-pointer from Bryson Skogsberg. Well, that didn't work out for Coach Drew Weber as Skogsberg hits his first three of the ballgame. He averages 4.5. Underneath to Sam Almas, goes up, gets it to go. Sam Almas has just taken over for the Titans in this third quarter. Been impressive. Again, he was the guy to shut down. 16 points for him. He's hitting 3 threes in the ball game. And again, he kind of had to come off the bench, really, in this third quarter just to supply some support with foul trouble, and he's done exactly that. Now, Skogsberg, who has picked up his third personal, is going to have to come out. Landon Cerny will make the way for him. Almas, the and one opportunity, gets it to go. Give him 17 for the ball game. He's the leading scorer by far for the Titans. It's not even close. Landon Cerny has the front court. Yes, Cole.
The next one is Marshall Smythe with 6, in case you're wondering.
At the elbow, Trey Hansen misses. 42-34. Titans trailing by 8, but certainly aren't out of it. Sam Almas, oh boy. He just doesn't miss. 10 in this quarter. 20 for the ball game. And he's just saying, Titans, climb on my back. I will get you there. Robinson, inside the lane. Jumper for him. Off the mark. Gets it back somehow. And travel called. And it will be Titan basketball with 103 seconds remaining in this quarter.
Now, Vermillion facing this zone press, they're doing a really good job getting to the middle and kind of splitting the press. You just got to remember, once you get into the middle there with Robinson, they've got a 3-on-2 break. Somebody's got to be open. I mean, good job by T getting back there, but sometimes you just got to capitalize on those shots or dish it out to somebody open at the three-point line.
And as you said, that the Titans inbound and then throw it immediately away. I think we've got some blood. Are they sane?
You have to have that tucked in. That's NFHS rules, and that's going to be the next time they're saying right now, I believe, that's his warning. Because they've had to remind him too many times this game.
Which is actually surprising, because remember, it was Smythe who hit that 3 in the first quarter and turned around to the student section. He already got warned once there, and now they're telling him to tuck in his jersey, which makes it interesting because Sam doesn't have his jersey tucked in at the moment. And I mean, the jerseys do come untucked. Nonetheless, we're back in action. 42-37. Trey Hansen to Carter Hansen as the student section for the Titans are trying to get into this a little bit. Trey drives in, right to the rim he goes and connects. He's got 8 in this quarter, 19 for the ball game. 44-37. Quarter 3 for Qualseth is off the mark. And Trey Hansen threw it off the knee of Conrad as he was falling out of bounds. Wow, impressive play there by Trey Hansen. Drew Weber was pointing at something, not quite for sure what it was. But we're back into action. This is in the backcourt. Hansen to Robinson. Now up to Warwick, to Carter Hansen, down underneath to Landon Cerny, back out to Trey Hansen. Quick jumper for him, off the mark, and now we're going to get a foul on the shot, I believe, as this one goes against Sam Almas, picking up his first personal, and it'll be free throws upcoming due to the bonus. 7 fouls in total called on the Titans here in this quarter. First free throw by Trey Hansen is good. As impressive as Sam Almas has been, Trey Hansen has answered right back of his own. In fact, both of them, 20 points so far in this ball game. 45-37, 51 seconds remaining before the third, and this free throw is good as well. So both have scored 10 points now in the quarter. It's Trey Hansen, Sam Almas third. Speaking of Sam, he has it in the backcourt as the Titans get it into the front court. Now with Garrett. They work it to Griffin, back to Garrett. All the way over to Sam Almas. Might as well take the shot, young man. Oh, he got Rohrig. Shoots him out of his shoes and then hits the three. Give him 13 for the quarter, 23 for the ball game. Oh boy, Sam Almas. This quarter has just been him for the Titans. And that is the T student section right in front of us. Trey Hansen step back three of his own. Oh my goodness. To silence the crowd. 2 seconds. Conrad off balance three. Oh, that was close. Is it chippy? Is it loud? Oh my goodness. This is DAC-12 basketball. 49-40. And the officials are getting together. You have to believe they're going to try to get this one under control before it gets out of hand. It's going to be an exciting fourth quarter. It comes up in 30 seconds here on Live Ticket TV.
Make sure your John Deere baler is ready to roll next season with Grossenberg's Big 5 sale. Save 15% off the top 5 wear parts on hay balers. Stock up and save on belting, driveline, pickup, bale chamber, and tying parts at Grossenberg. Stop by one of our 9 locations to save big during the Big 5 sale or visit grossenberg.com. Offer ends 2/29/24. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for eligible parts list and full offer details.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. 49-40. Welcome to the fourth quarter here on Vermillion Tanagers Live Ticket TV. We welcome in all of our Tanager fans and also welcome in our neighbors to the north, the T Area Titans. Thanks for tuning in here to Live Ticket TV. This has been, what an exciting third quarter that was. Trey Hansen puts up 13 points. Also, Sam Almas puts up 13 points in that third quarter alone.
The only third quarter points for T were scored by Sam Almas.
Quick turnover, score Zone Robinson. And Zone now has 10 points in the ball game. No, excuse me, 12 points and another quick turnover. Trey Hansen has it. Back to Carter Hansen. Zoe travels as he steps in the lane. Cole, I would say you want to slow this one down, but this hasn't been a fast-paced game. This has been a choppy game. What are we expecting here in the next 7.5 minutes? I mean, this has got to be a comeback here by the Titans, and expect a very close one down the stretch.
Well, I mean, if you're Vermillion defensively, you don't have to change anything. I mean, one guy scored all 13 points. Maybe key on him, but you can't leave anybody else open because they have such good shooters. And you got to control the rebounds, control the possessions. If you control the possessions after one tee shot, you'll be able to win this ball game.
51-40. Now, we saw a lot of offensive rebounds from the Titans there in that first half. It's been a little bit more quieter from them. Skogsberg drove in. Couple bodies hit the hardwood. No foul called. Now, again, the officials did get together at the break and really want to control this game. Boston Williamson underneath. Misses. Sam Almas has it poked away from him. But the Titans retain possession. Sam doing it himself, and a foul is called. He's headed to the free throw line. Skogsberg picks up his fourth. It's 2 free throws. Yeah, as you mentioned, Cole, good stat there from you. 13 points by Titans in the third quarter, all coming from Sam Almas. And it's not going to change. How about we talk about the second half now as he has 2 free throws? First one is left short. By the way, Sam only at 1 foul as well, so they can rely on him the rest of this basketball game, and I would be shocked if they took him out.
I was just going to say, don't be surprised if he's in there the rest of the 6:43 in regulation.
The shiny white shoes, puts up the second. He misses them both. Oh, wow. That's a surprise.
Just the second and third free throw misses for T in the ballgame. They're now 6 for 9.
Carter Hansen has it to Robinson. Over to Trey. Trey, the left-handed dribble, trying to make his move as he goes to the baseline. Still Trey Hansen, who put up again 13 points in that quarter. Misses, loose basketball. Roerick back out to Landon Cerny. Cerny, bingo! Landon Cerny. First points of the basketball game. Quick turnover for the Titans. Drew Weber is saying, calm down. He's going to throw a timeout as well. Did he get the timeout before the turnover?
He did get a timeout before the turnover.
Drew Weber gets the timeout before the turnover. 51-40, 6-11 remaining in the ballgame. We're back in 30 seconds here on Live Ticket TV.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of Tanager Athletics and the student athlete. I did hear something along the lines of, grab it!
That you did. It was very loud, and I heard it too.
That's still Drew Weber, very, very animated.
I think we heard it about 15 times that commercial break.
I think he's saying if there's a loose basketball, I want you to get it.
As well as rebounds as well.
Or as in his terms, grab it.
Yep.
Well, we'll see the Titans, again, not out of it, but it's quickly slipping away. 54-40. This is a huge DAC-12 Region A game for the T-Area Titans. It doesn't get any easier with how stacked their schedule is when it comes to playing at AA teams. It's an adjustment as they make that move next year. Corner three off the mark. And grab it that time as Jessen chases after it. Quick three. It's airballed by Marshall Smythe, and the student section is going to give him the business. They just get loud. This is where you chant airball as a unison.
With the old Florida State chop.
We got to work on the student section for the Vermillion Tanagers a little bit. Roerick, three-pointer, got it. Don't count the shot. There was a foul underneath the bucket against Carter Hansen, which negates the three-pointer. Second team foul, first on Carter. That's a big foul as well, because it puts you up by 17.
Yep.
And now it's still a 14-point game. Again, the Titans, by the way, still have not scored any points unless his name is Sam Almas.
In the second half.
In the second half. Thank you, Cole. Griffin, the three-pointer. This one is off the mark. Another three-pointer. This one is off the mark. And now Boston Williamson is going to get a foul on him. It's a reach-in foul. First team foul on the Titans. Boston Williamson picks up his fourth. And he knew it too. 54-40, 5-17 fourth quarter. Carter Hansen has to get across the timeline. Finally does there. Good run out of time. Roerick back to Trey as the Titans trying to play some lockdown defense here. Again, for the Titans, it's not out of reach yet, but the clock is against them. Trey Hansen with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Back out to Zone Robinson as he flips it to him. Robinson just got enough separation against Sam Almas. He's got 4 points in the quarter, 14 for the ball game, and now a quick whistle as Roerick is going to knock down Griffin. It will be the third team foul on the Tanagers, and it will be the first on Connor Roerick, which feels so weird to say. Players picking up their first, as much as this game has been aggressive fouls that we have seen. into Almas. Might as well shoot it, young man. He does. Oh. And now he can't get the shot, and then it goes out. Oh. Jessen gets lucky there. That was clearly off of his right hand. But the officials will keep it with the Titans. They need someone to inbound the basketball.
Gonna get this one in super slow-mo as, yeah, that's Tanager basketball.
Nonetheless, it is Titan basketball. The drive in, left short, fight for the rebound, gets it back. And finally good as Garrett gets the first points. And now another quick foul on the Titans.
It's a technical foul.
Wow.
On Garrett Wiebinga.
Or is that Boston Williamson?
I thought he said 13.
Oh, I'm sorry. So Garrett picks up his first technical, second technical of the ball game. And this is just such a swing. Trey Hansen, 25 points. Free throw is good. And again, Vermillion now gets the basketball back as well. In fact, a total of 9 fouls called on the Titans here in this second half. 58-42. It's a 16-point lead for the Vermillion Tanagers, which is their biggest lead, and they have the basketball game back. Or excuse me, the basketball back. I apologize. Trey Hansen, as they bring it in the front court. I would love to get a post-game interview with Drew Weber and just what happened to his group tonight. Ball was knocked loose by Sam Almas, so it's not an over and back. And the fans wanted a double dribble there by Robinson. Not an over back is what T fans were shouting there for just a moment. Carter Hansen to Trey Hansen with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Almost lost it. Gives it to Connor Rohrig. Back out to Cerny. He'll shoot the three. Good. Cerny 2 threes in this fourth quarter. 6 for him the ball game. Griffin the other way, off the mark. They just can't hit a 3 in this second half.
Or a bucket.
I'm thinking there's got to be something wrong with this rim at this point. They've had their looks, they just can't hit it. Rohrig, corner 3. Oh my goodness, Vermillion has blown the roof off the place. 64-42. Griffin, another quick 3. Another one that's off the mark. Loose basketball picked up by the Tanagers. Reach and foul on Boston Williamson. He will foul out of the basketball game. He'll finish with 2 points. 64-42.
And here come 4 subs in for T.
As Drew Weber is going to call off the Dogs. Cole, I will say this. Whatever happens, I do not want to see this T team in the postseason.
True. Very, very true.
I do not want to see them.
Very true.
They're going to come in with a lot of, or if we're playing Thunder Alley, wherever it's going to be, there's going to be a lot of intent to get revenge. I mean that in the ill way. I'm just, this Titans team's a scary team. They're going to drop to 3 and 4, and again.
Especially after the rest of the season playing mainly AA schools, they're going to be very battle tested, very tough. As Skogelsberg nails the 3, he's got 10 points.
Vermillion's last 4 shots, 4-4, 12 points, all 3s. Now, as we have seen the starters come out of the basketball game, Jay Drake has not done the courtesy.
He is. He's got players taking up their warm-up shirts right now. And I'll comment on this. I don't think Drew Weber's subbing everybody out was calling off the Dogs. More of I don't want to watch this anymore.
Jay Drake will oblige, and his stars will come out here in just a moment. As we're going to see Jack Quelseth shooting 2 free throws after the foul on Connor Rohrig, by the way. It was a shooting foul, not bonus. So with that, Trey Hansen will exit with 26 points, 14 for Zoe Robinson, 10 for Bryson Skogelsberg, 4 for Rohrig, and 5 for Carter Hansen. Did Landon Cerny come out of the basketball game? He did. He'll finish with 6. Cole Tweeton's also out. He'll finish with 2. And Qualseth makes the second free throw, giving him 3 points in the ball game. 67-43, 2:35 remaining here in the ball game, as we'll see kind of some backup players out there. And a quick jumper, this one's good, by Trenton Thomas, the 5'10 sophomore guard. Quick 3 by Jack Qualseth, this one off the mark. And it's going to be rebounded by Carson Preister, the junior. As by the way, in C games in JV, T area Titans did win both of those games by 20 points and a little over 10 points, I believe. Top of the key with Carson Preister. Under 2 minutes remaining in the ball game. Cole, I do have a question for you here in just a moment.
All right, I'm all ears.
Controlled by Ruvers, drives in, shot was blocked away. 2 seconds, Preister just puts something up and can't get it to go. Is it called the C team? Or is it called the JVR? Foul call, 2 free throws upcoming.
I've always called it C.
Have you ever heard that team, JVR?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Because it's interesting.
Because usually the way that C team comes about is you think of your varsity team as your A team, your JV team as your B team, and your third team as your C team. Now some bigger schools, they'll go varsity, junior varsity, sophomore, freshman. But back where I come from, our school team wasn't big enough to have a sophomore and freshman team.
Well, see, where I come from, too, I feel like we're kind of the same size there. We didn't have enough really to even field the JVR team unless we're talking football. But you didn't call it...
No, it was C.
It was
C team.
Okay. I've only noticed that ever in South Dakota. You guys have never called it the JVR.
What does the JVR even stand for?
Junior Varsity Reserve.
Okay, yeah, I guess makes sense.
So the C team.
So the C team, yeah.
Drive in, shot good that time for Cole McKinney. He now has 3 points here in the ball game, 69-47. As Cole and I both mentioned, this is going to be a T team that's going to drop to 3-4 and 0-2 in the DAC-12. But a very good Titans team that, like I said, Cole, I do not want to see them in the region playoffs. Three-pointer is off the mark. Certainly going to be looking for some revenge, and they're just going to be a dangerous team, if you will.
Very dangerous team.
Drive in, this shot good, as Jackson Merrigan, junior forward, gets his first varsity points of the night, 69-49. And Vermillion is going to try to bleed as much of this clock as they possibly can. They can't hold for a last-second shot, but they can get pretty darn close, and I think that is the plan right there. But also impressive, Vermillion, after only winning 1 game in the DAC-12 a year ago, is going to start off their campaign 3-0 in the DAC-12 in their first 6 games. Three-pointer is off the mark. Loose basketball picked up by the Titans. They have 5 seconds to maybe do one final thing with it if they so choose. Drive in, Jack Qualseth kicks back out. Shot never in time, and that will do it. Vermillion gets the victory 69-49 over the T area Titans. Vermillion moves to 5-1 overall, 2-0 in the Region 4A, and as I mentioned, 3-0 in the DAC-12 after they went 1-9 a season ago. The T area Titans dropped to 3-4 overall, 1-2 within the region, and 0-2 in the DAC-12. Our final game statistics and more are coming up in our post-game show. Also, conversation with the player and head coach, Jay Drake. That's all on the way next here on Live Ticket TV and Vermillion Tanager Live. Big thank you to all of our fans for T Area and Vermillion Tanagers for tuning in to tonight's broadcast.
For healthier crops and stronger yields, count on Nutrien Ag Solutions. By partnering with the leader in plant nutrition, you'll have access to innovative products and unmatched service that deliver impact and efficiency to every acre. Healthier crops, happier growers. Lead the field this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Whether you're pregnant or planning ahead, you and your baby deserve a healthy start. We offer a wide range of services such as advocacy, health screenings and education, care coordination and car seat safety, participant empowerment, referral services, and fatherhood support. To learn more about Great Plains Healthy Start, visit greatplainstravelhealth.org or call one of our 5 service areas today. Brought to you by Great Plains Healthy Start, so that the people may live.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
What's your big picture?
To keep the farm in the family.
To pay off the loan.
To start my own operation.
To drive Grandpa's combine. Right, Grandpa?
If owning a successful operation is in your big picture, First Bank & Trust has ag experts to help you plan for the future.
To diversify.
To teach her how to drive a combine.
Find out how First Bank & Trust makes managing your farm easier at bankeasy.com.
Welcome back to the Vermillion Booster Club Press Box, proud supporter of 69-49 is your final as the Vermillion boys move to 5-1 on the season. And the games tonight, split doubleheader between the T Area Titans and the Vermillion Tanagers as the boys have themselves a great game tonight. Joining with Cole Arsh, I'm Heath Nimke. Got plenty to get to, including a player we'll sit down with here on the postgame show and also catch up with the coach, Jay Drake. That is on the way, but first, let's get to our final game numbers. But first, before we even do that, Cole, final takeaway from tonight's boys action for the Vermillion Tanagers.
I mean, it was, to say the least, very impressive. I mean, when we started out the ball game, we were thinking, okay, here we go. I mean, T comes out, they come out a little hot, start shooting pretty well. Vermillion really couldn't buy very many buckets offensively, and they're making some turnovers. Their zone press was kind of speeding them up a little bit. Then we just started getting settled in. I'm like, okay, here we go. A little 16-13 in the second quarter. And then in the third and fourth quarter, it's just like, it really helped that T couldn't make a shot because they took a lot of them. 55 shots to be exact.
Wow.
In the ball game. Only making 16 of 55 for 29% in the ball game for T. Just
and it's just crazy to see what happened. I mean, just a tough night for the T Area Titans. Cole, if you want to, final game statistics, how this one turned out for both the T Area Titans and the Vermillion Tanagers.
Yeah, first we'll start off with the T Area Titans. Again, they fall to 4-4. They score 49 points. They were led by Sam Almas with 23 points, 9 rebounds, including 6 of them offensive, an assist and 2 steals. Let me change that in my sheet really quick. 23, there we go. Then we'll just go down the list numerically because not a whole lot of points scored after that. Jack Walsif with 3. Jessen Wiebinga, who's in the starting lineup, he only had 2 points and 3 rebounds. Garrett Wiebinga, 2 points and 2 rebounds. Brenner Conrad did not score. He had 4 rebounds. Jackson Merrigan, who subbed in late with 2. Boston Williamson had 2 points, 7 rebounds, including 4 of them offensive, an assist and a steal. Cole McKinney, 3 points late. Marshall Smythe, 6 points and 3 rebounds. Griffin Wiebinga, 5 points, all in that second quarter. For T Area, they score 14 in the first, 13 in the second, 13 in the third, and 9 in the fourth quarter for their total of 49. Again, they fall to 3-4 on the season. Then for the Vermillion Tanagers, they were led by Trey Hansen, 26 points, 5 rebounds, an assist, and 2 steals. Then after that, go down the roster numerically. Landon Cerny, 6 points and a rebound. Connor Rohrig, 4 points, 5 boards, and 2 assists. Trenton Thomas with 2 points late. Bryson Skogsberg, who did not play most of that second half, in foul trouble. He finished with 10 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist, as also a block. Sloan Robinson, 14 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, and 3 steals. Carter Hansen, 5 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, and then Cole Tweeten with 2 points and a rebound for Vermillion. They shot 22 of 49 for 44.9%, as well as 7 for 19 from 3 for 36%, which is a big improvement considering they started the first half 1 for 10, and then from the free throw line, 18 for 24 for 75%. Vermillion goes to 4-1 on the season.
5-1.
5-1, that's what I meant.
69-49 is your final. As it's mentioned, Vermillion, all about trying to find their identity. They do exactly that tonight and have themselves a very, very impressive game tonight. Let's get to our player interview here during this post-game show, as we're joined with the man of the hour, if you will. Trey Hansen goes off for 26 points tonight. Trey, I think going into this, I know Jay Drake talked about it. This is a Titans team that's played 2 games during the Christmas break. You guys haven't played in 2 weeks. It's all about getting off to a fast start. It was choppy at times, but you do come out to that fast start. You get the points that you need. What was in those first kind of quarters, if you will, with the battle that it was with the Titans?
I mean, yeah, they're a very physical team, and, I mean, it's our first game, but we've been working hard at practice. I mean, getting ready to play this game, and our coach said we get no excuses coming out. They've played 2, we've played 0. We got to show up and be ready, and we did.
I know another thing that Jay's really been harping on lately is this team hasn't been able to find their identity. Do you think that you guys have really made yourself a statement now here in Class A as a team that's going to contend with anybody? It doesn't matter who the team is.
Yeah, our coaches always say if we play well, we should have a chance to win in the 4th quarter, and, I mean, it all starts on the defensive end. And, I mean, obviously we struggled to start getting O boards or D boards, but in the 4th quarter especially, we started getting those D boards, and when they only get 1 look, they started to struggle to score.
Something that's very unique that we can bring up with you is, do you remember what happened a year ago?
Didn't we score 22? That's all Coach Rick's been saying these entire 2 weeks. We lost it, or when we beat Tri-Valley, he's like, he writes it up on the board, 22. Anyone remember this? And we all start laughing. And
22 points, but it was also the first time you came in as a starter for varsity. And from there, you have just blossomed into what we see tonight with 26 points, the leading scorer. Where's the confidence grown from you from where you were a year ago today to where you're at now and how much you've just matured? Where does that confidence come from?
I mean, obviously it starts within you, but our coaches do a good job telling everyone, if you're open, have confidence and shoot it. And I was open today, and I knocked them down.
Well, 26 points from you, and then also some support as well. Robinson goes off for 14, Bryson Skogsberg, and double digits as well. How nice is it just to see that type of offensive production on any given night? It can go off for your group.
Yeah, that's awesome to see. And Landon and Rowe in the 4th quarter hit some really big shots down the stretch. With, I mean, Landon not getting to play much, but Bryson got in foul trouble, and he stepped up great.
Big rival between you and your brother, or is it not? Well, I mean, is there any comparison on when it comes to stats at the end of games, or do you guys just happy for each other? Bring us behind the scenes.
I mean, we're just happy for each other. We just want to win. You know what I mean?
5-1. I mean, 3-0, right? You went 1-9 in the DAC-12 as well. 3-0 now to start this season off. How impressive has that been for this group of guys to get off the great start you have?
I mean, it's great, but we all knew we could do this. I mean, other people might not have, but we all just have confidence, and, I mean, we just have faith in our teammates, and we trust each other to get the job done.
A team that won a state title in football this past season, the Parkston Trojans, next on the schedule. What should we expect from the Trojans? How ready do you need to be to go to Parkston?
I mean, Coach Drake just told us they're going to be very physical, and we got to be ready for that. Keep battling to get boards, because when we can get defensive boards, everything just opens up, because we get running in transition, and we get easy buckets.
Trey, 5-1. Go enjoy this one. Have some fun. We'll see you on Friday, all right?
All right, see ya.
There he is, Trey Hansen, here on the postgame show. As again, the guys get the victory. 69-49 is your final here. And again, impressive performance from this group once again. And just going to be exciting to see what's coming up. Now, the Parkston Trojans are in action as well. They're taking on Hansen as well. In fact, it's down to the final 30 seconds right now in Parkston as we're getting a live look inside. And that being said, Cole Larson and I will not be with you coming up on this Friday evening, as it will be a part of the Live Ticket TV family. The Parkston Trojans have you covered. In fact, very well connected over there in the Parkston area myself, and they do an amazing job when it comes to what they do. In fact, they go pretty deep as well when it comes to their cameras. They got about 4 or 5 different camera angles they can throw at it, so it's going to be exciting to see what they can do. So Cole and I are off, but certainly going to be, well, Cole, mingling with inside the fans, having ourselves a little bit of a fun on Friday, at least getting to sit in the bleachers instead of sitting up in the press box. It's going to be a little bit different, but looking forward to that. Cole, final thoughts on this game for you as the Vermillion boys now move to 5-1 and 3-0 in the DAC-12.
It's almost night and day compared to where they were last year. I mean, you're looking at this point last year, you lost to a T-area team by I don't even remember how many. And now we're looking 3-0 in the DAC-12. That's 3 wins in the DAC-12 is an accomplishment enough, but to go 3-0 is just. And then you look at this game and you can talk all you want about how T didn't shoot the ball very well, but I think it's more or less of what Vermillion was doing defensively, that T just couldn't get up any good shots in the entire ball game, and they only shot 29%.
Yeah,
it's just I mean, completely night and day from where we were last year. I do remember that for sure.
Certainly so. And again, looking at this right now, here at timeout in Parkston. Parkston leads it over Hanson 56-54 with 22 seconds remaining here in the ball game. And let's go straight into that with head coach Jay Drake. As you say, night and day difference, Cole. What do you think of that, Jay? I mean, is this night and day difference?
Obviously, that was a big thing with our crew. And we said it right after the Tri-Valley game. We knew we were going to have Christmas break, but we're not the same team, number one, as a year ago where we were at that time. I think that was Trey's first game. He got in off the bench. Bryson still wasn't playing. I think Parkson was his first game last year. And just the experience our guys have gained over the last year. But that was kind of our rally call for this game is win or lose, you're hoping to play well. We knew this would be a huge measuring stick for our basketball team. But the big thing is we wanted T to leave the gym tonight and basically say that's not the group we remember a year ago when it was 56-22 or whatever it was. So just a good team effort by our guys. People are going to pick up the paper probably tomorrow or online. I guess there are no papers really nowadays. But, it's going to be somewhat misleading, obviously. When you pick that up and you see 20, it wasn't that. We're down 3 after 1. It's a dead even game at halftime. We knew we were going to have to it was huge third quarter, obviously. It's still the game's in doubt at 49-40 after 3. But we put ourselves, just like anything, you want to put yourself in a position where maybe you can try to dictate some things. And, they kind of went to late third quarter, early fourth into kind of that scrambling half court, trapping all over the place. And we made them pay on the back end of it. And then, I really thought to start the fourth, on both ends of the floor. It looks great when you make some shots, obviously, and we hit some big threes. And kind of that became contagious, too, because we had a little bit of everyone hit them. But the big thing is we started the quarter getting stops and finishing possessions. At halftime, we were winning the turnover battle, but we were getting killed on the boards, and we told our guys they had 9 of their 14 points in the first quarter were off threes of offensive boards. The possession should have been done. We don't finish the possession. They get an offensive board, kick out, hit a 3. Well, those are huge things. We tighten that up a little bit, especially the start of the fourth quarter.
Coming into tonight's game, you were averaging 69.8 points a ball game. So you put up your average, which, Jay, I mean, thinking about this, if I'm going to tell you you're going to come out and score, if you will, let's round up, 70 points a ball game, I feel like you're going to win almost every single one of your games. Is this the identity now of this team? It's going to be explosive offense. We can come out, we can hit threes. Or are you still going to give me the I don't know yet?
Yeah, we still get a lot better defensively. We got to get a lot better on the boards. You just never know, obviously. You hate using, but the perfect example, we win a game at Lennox in the first round of regions last year. When it becomes postseason and it's one and done, Lennox was a team averaging 70, 71 points, especially at home. I think at home they were even, and we hold them to 47 and you win a game. You just don't know on a given night. The one thing that can travel and is always there no matter what you hope is defensively and hopefully rebounding the basketball. And we got to get better there. But, tonight we had everyone, it was just, the bench, guys that aren't getting in, just the energy and enthusiasm they had. But then you add the fact that 7 guys that were kind of playing in the rotation, they all did something to kind of chip in. Cole tonight, maybe not a lot of minutes, but just his time in there. I thought he altered some shots in there, and he changes us, gives us a different look, and helps us. And I think as he gains confidence and experience here, that should help us. But Landon comes in, knocks down a couple big shots there, and then obviously our starting 5 all did nice things on both ends of the floor, and just a good team effort.
As you see right now, Parkston wins against Hanson 58-54. You're going right to that gym that you see currently on the screen. What can we expect from the Trojans?
Yeah, they'll be 6-1 now. Obviously, we knew they've got a nice basketball team. They're state runner-up in football last year.
Yep,
won it this year.
Oh yeah, and they look good.
All these kids, that are playing basketball, played football as well. And they're strong, physical kids. And 4 or 5 of these guys have been playing for 3-4 years on the basketball team for them. Got a good mixture because the Borman kid and then Bruning, the coach's son, who's a freshman. They're kind of their 2 perimeter guys that maybe are little thinner but skill athletes and stuff. And then they come at you with about the next 5 or 6 guys, and their top 7, 8 are all just big, strong football players that are real physical. They do a heck of a job at making it a half-court game, defending the heck out of you. They board extremely well, which is a concern for us. And, we'll have to try to get the game up and down. But for us, you're just trying to, our guys are back in school come Thursday. And we'll get a practice. We have in-service as a staff tomorrow, so we get a practice in the afternoon. They get to sleep in. We've been going in the morning this whole break, but they'll sleep in tomorrow. I practice in the afternoon. Back in school on Thursday.
Yep.
And then it really cranks up here then, and you start to get in both a school and game rhythm. And what we need right now is just trying to build confidence and string games together, string practices together. And for us tonight, the big thing is it's not just the conference win, but it's a region opponent too. So it's kind of a double dipper on that one, and you go from there. A lot of basketball season to be played, but a good effort by our guys tonight.
What do we think? Are we going to dump Russell after the season, or how do the Broncos handle that situation?
And obviously it's a business with the NFL, right?
Yeah.
And I think obviously this is going to be more of a financial thing. And I think at this point he's gone. As a Bronco fan, obviously my biggest concern is you have to have an answer, though, right? And that's what I don't know. I know Jarrett Stidham's not the answer, so I don't know if what they plan on from the free agency or draft or whatever the case is. But that's why I'm in South Dakota and I'm not in their front office. And
you think they could try to go get number 1?
No, I don't think they have the money and the draft stock, and unless they're willing to go, give up some of their guys with Surtain on defense and stuff. But they just need more talent, but you're going to need a franchise quarterback if you want to win.
Especially in Denver. They expect some good football.
Manning and Elway.
Coach, 3-0 in the Pac-12. Go enjoy this one a little bit, and we'll see you on Friday, all right?
All right, thanks a lot.
There he is, head coach Jay Drake here on the postgame show. As again, the Vermillion boys get the victory tonight, 69-49. 51-42, the T-Area Lady Titans defeat the Vermillion girls in a top 5 game there. That's going to do it for us. We won't be back with you until next Tuesday back here at home, as we'll let our live ticket TV family take over the Parks and Trojans. We'll have you covered for the streaming services coming up on Friday evening. So for Cole Arsh, I'm Heath Nimke. Until next Tuesday, have yourself a wonderful rest of your evening.